#1 Iron Age Booty Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights. How's it going, everybody?
Fantastic.
Good.
Oh,
Good evening.
awesome. Oh, chat is already on fire tonight. That somewhat scares me, but you know, chat is chat, so we just
I'm ready
kind of
for
just
it.
have to let them be. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Oh crap, I forgot to send out the link to
I was tweeting it out. Don't worry.
every single week. No, not that one. I forgot.
Oh, that link. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
every single week because he's already in the chat. But ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolutely awesome guest this week. And I am very, very excited.
I'm
get
excited to
this.
meet Daniel. What a guest!
Oh, good
Everybody
Lord!
likes me in the seat of power.
Very, very, yeah.
I wish I had a chair like that. That chair looks awesome, man.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's a lot more comfortable than these chairs.
Gaming chairs and stuff are not good. I don't know why we buy them.
I've actually been thinking of just ditching the gaming chair and going and buying like one of those like executive like office chairs.
Dude,
just...
I will be going full lazy boy eventually. I just don't care.
Nice.
Dude, right?
I bought a
Disconnect the
combo.
microphone. Just
Turn
like,
the vibration on and just
I'll reconnect the mic to like one of those arms, you know,
Right.
So I can pull it over.
Well, you can get the lazy boys like with the chairs or with the trays on them, so you can just.
That's
I
amateur.
have
hour.
one at my workstation.
The sad thing is, I'll fall asleep on a live stream. I know. And I'll
There you go.
Doing good, Jay?
There is a section. There is a section on Twitch for just sleeping, I think. Or at
That's-
least there is on Kick. I
that's-
didn't understand.
There
I was
is.
like,
That's okay. Okay,
What?
so before we get too far
I'm so
into the
sorry.
weeds, gentlemen, we have to say hello to the chat this week. So over on the
Hello,
Rumble
chat.
side, we have Lieutenant Bob, also known on YouTube as King Bob. So he is over there in the chat. And Chaozu is over in the Rumble chat. IronAge.media. Sir, you're double dipping. We've got Billy Bobsack
Possibly
over
triple
in
dipping.
Rumble. And then over on YouTube, we've got Mage Leader. Hello, how are you doing? Eric Grant, A.S. Bruner, Trippy Soul, good sir, what's going on? John A. Douglas, King Bob is double dipping over there. Oxen W, what's going on, man? 10
I love those
Cage.
double dippers, man. Love them.
I know. It's terrible when they're on your stream too. They're supposed to be on stream and then they're chatting in the chat, and it's like, really, guys, really? Redoubt
Last week we
Productions,
had
hello.
one,
Oh, Guilty Gearhead, Brian McCoppin, The Lord,
There you
Otter,
go.
Raving Dad Gaming, Raven Nevermore, Christian Magram, hello, how are you doing? Swift Sword Rush, oh God, Kristen Colebrook, Just Toxic, Blacklist Universe, also known as Mike S. Miller.
All right.
And yeah, he's a good friend of the channel. Oh, good Lord. I saw James Craig was down there as well. And DSBT, the Mirrorsphere Origins, Drunk 3PO, double dipping. Sir, it's your first stream over here and you're double dipping
Guest
already.
and dip.
Oh my
Well done. Well done.
God, look how it goes. Look how it goes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited for this one this week. And as always, we will start off by catching up with my fantastic co-hosts before we turn the show over to the guest. Richard, Mr. Iron Age Media, Mr. Anvil, how has life been this week? It has looks like it's going even better this week than it was last week.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Anvil is just
going.
cruising right along. I've been really pleased with the reception to it. And yeah, I've still trying to get everything wrapped up for it and get the dice figured out, for example. That has proven to be a little bit more of a pain than I expected, but I'm going to make it work. We're going to figure something out.
There you go.
Yeah, but good week. Just
Good.
ready
Hit
for the
10K,
weekend.
dude. I saw you hit 10K.
Yeah, we're
Fast.
getting up towards 11 or up towards 12K now. So
That's
I mean,
awesome.
you're gonna hold
On
on.
to the
You're gonna
next one.
send out dice to people.
dice, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
plan.
There's a little solo RPG that's part of it, and
You guys are so freaking cool, man. It's like my first Indiegogo. I have got stickers. I got to do better.
yeah,
I was trying to figure out how to get like blue squishy balls to sent out, and it's like I just couldn't make it work this time.
well, man, I tell you what, there's a lot of complications that you add whenever you start shipping things that are not flat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's what we ran into.
yeah, I kind of stumbled into that situation myself, and I'm like, maybe I should have just had it this way, so then I could have kept the same shipping for everything. But
The shipping is killing me, bro. Like
Dude,
that's
it
another
is.
thing. I'm like,
Mhm,
what the
mhm.
heck? I totally
Well,
messed that up.
just this
Oh,
year, they like raised
I
the
don't
rates
think
on
you
everything.
can-
It's crazy.
Do it right at this
Anyway,
point.
I don't
Yeah.
think people have realized how screwed up the situation is yet.
Shipping is
It's brutal.
ungodly right now. Just everything when it comes to shipping is horrible. But
It's like
$45
to get my book to Australia.
yeah.
And
Oh,
then-
yeah, I know.
and
Yeah,
some-
especially worldwide shipping. Oh God, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Some places
Yeah.
they gotta pay a tax just to pick it up from there. I was like, dang, it's gonna cost them like $100 just to get this book.
Ugh.
Oof.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
An unfortunate argument for ebooks and stuff.
Mhm.
Stop doing that. Physical media is the way to go because
It is.
I don't want them changing your works.
No,
Yeah, I know, but-
I agree. Just saying, it's going to get harder and harder to get things into people's hands.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not
Yeah.
wrong. Really quickly, gentlemen, we got a couple of super chats, and I don't mind reading them here before we get over to our fantastic guest. I'm avoiding saying his name yet because it's going to be awesome
I've been
when I say it for
talking
the
a lot, but that's
first- You're fine. Why
been
are
on
you-
a 4-hour stream with Gary and all them. I'm like,
All right. Christian Magram for $2 says Joe Biden want to do push-ups, man? Talking Pulp Press. That is Mr. Rob Rhymes, and
Rob.
that would be his book right here, Dan the Destructor, part of the Barbarians of the Storm series. I have a lot of authors in my chat, and he says for $5, he goes, money. I gotta go finish book 5 tonight. Ooh, good
Oh,
job,
wow.
dude. Finishing book 5 tonight.
Get after it,
Didn't
brother.
he just get book 4 out a few weeks ago?
Well, back in October, he was finishing book 3, or he had book 3 out. So I mean,
That's
it's
right.
been
Yeah, he's
That's
he's
right.
pretty
He's
crazy.
been. All right. The Lord Otter for $5, already taking shots at me. He says, hail, drunk 3PO. Are we talking
Yo.
about Legend of Korra tonight?
Yeah, you
Lord
said the
Otter. I
name.
hate you. I did.
there he is.
I did.
Big shout out to Wicked Virtues in the chat.
Oh.
Usually my people will come in and put the blue balls, like just throw the blue balls in the
There
chat. I
we
love
go.
it. Just throw it in there.
okay.
So anytime you
okay.
see blue balls, they're probably with me.
No, that's fine, man. I'm down.
Understood.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just don't be like,
man.
what's going on? All these blue balls in my chat, man. What's happening? They're with me, man.
Got some very
Well, they'll definitely fit in my chat.
That's what I think. I believe it.
Oh god. Oh, and Whimsyland, Mr. Daniel P. Riley. Good sir, how has your last week been?
Busy, long. I've been kind of social media quiet. Easter Vigil tomorrow, which means
There you
my
go.
Catholic confirmation. So I've
Awesome.
been preparing for that all week, as well as editing G-Sedai 2. So been a quiet
Good
week
deal.
for me.
You're getting closer on G-Sedai. You're getting closer. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the
It's
second
going to
book.
be coming out shortly, and I have yet another super secret project almost completed. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be able to share that with everybody.
How do you guys have like 5 projects going simultaneously? I can barely do YouTube and like be a dad, and you guys are just like, we're just gonna like create a new world. Like,
I put these irons in the fire months ago,
gotcha.
and they just come in when they come in. I don't put pressure on artists and creators that I work with. I'm just like, do it to the best of your ability. Let me know when it's done, and then I go about my business.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Maybe that's what I should start doing. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I am incredibly excited to...
And you better
to
read these super chats, man. What's going on?
What?
That's terrible YouTubing. Come on.
trying, okay? I do save all of them. I do catch them, and I do save
Dave's
all of them.
gonna learn you
Nobody.
tonight.
Here's the thing. I put up a poll on my freaking YouTube a long time ago. I was like, guys, how do I do this? Everybody has a different way that they want to do it. I try to like catch some early. I try to do some a little later. And I think in the beginning of the show for sure is definitely a time to catch the early ones. And then as the conversation gets going, if it's relevant to the conversation, I'll read it. If it's just roasting me, like most of the time, we save those ones towards the end. So that way we can all just poke me with a stick and laugh at the end of the stream.
Guys
Talking
wanna
Pulp
see
Press.
your dead body.
Oh, God. Talking Pulp Press for $5 says, I work fast, snort espresso, smoke crack. I listen to this. I'll listen to this tomorrow. Got to get things done.
Get her done, Rob.
Oh, God. And he sends in another $5. He says, for another $5, Talking Pulp Press. Oh, that's Jay. I thought he sounded familiar. I know, guys. We got a big timer on this week. We've got a big timer on this week. I'm very excited for this. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first appearance, possibly of many, we don't know yet. Who knows? He might hate us by the end. But at least for his very first appearance, we have the absolutely fantastic Jay, Mr. Drunk 3PO on the channel. Sir, how are you doing?
I'm actually doing surprisingly well. I'm surprised my butt hasn't fallen asleep. I was on FNT for like 4+
Always good.
hours. And it's
I-
like after like hour 3, you start feeling that tingly. And it's like, I hope things are still working down there. You know, it's like
If-
been in this chair for a long time.
If you would have canceled, I would not have held it against you at all.
No,
And-
man, I've been looking forward to this. I know we've been going back and forth on emails, and it's like, nah, man. I've been looking forward to this. So
I
since you made that video about like us and the FNT, everybody thought you were like gonna be a hater. And I was like, oh yeah, no, he's a good guy. That's not a sub to your channel. So
Oh, did you really? Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course. Of course. That was a great video, by the way. And then it was, I think I came in one of your live streams on Sunday.
Yeah. You popped
So-
into one of my Sunday coffees. Yeah,
That's right.
That was
That's
really
right.
cool.
So, and also happy Good Friday for those that celebrate. And
Yes.
happy Easter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, no, I'm doing good, man. Seriously, though, it is no matter what people look at me, it's still an honor that someone would reach out and say, "Hey, would you like to be a guest on their channel?" Like, I've never like looked at sub count or anything like that. Like, I could care less about that. When someone was like, "Hey, I would love to have you on," so it's like that means a lot. So,
Well,
You and me both.
I'm glad, man. I will say this, like out of all of the FNT guys, you have a background that is just absolutely amazing. You've done
I'm not
A
really
lot.
on FNT, by the way.
well, you're part of the FNT crew. No, you're kind of part
I'm
of
not
the
a
FNT.
Geeks and Gamers, so yeah.
Yeah, well, and in that
You're
video,
seen but not
everybody was
heard,
like, because I like
usually.
had Razor Fist in there, I had you in there, and I just kind of had just a bunch of people that are just kind of like in that sphere,
Right.
you know. But as far as like the Geeks and Gamers crew and stuff like that, at least from what I know of them, which is potentially very little, right? The internet is, you know. You've always had an awesome background. I know you've traveled to other countries before and done a lot of work in other countries. As part of your background, you obviously you know you get choked out by celebrities and
Yeah.
you know, and I think and you're such a chill guy, and it just looks like you just live such an interesting life. And then
I'm
on
basically
top,
Forrest Gump. Just go ahead and say it.
basically Forrest Gump, run, Forrest,
Love
run.
it.
Yeah, I know. I just find myself in weird situations around people, and it's like, how'd I end up here? You know,
Man,
Perfect.
that's-
Saturday, last Saturday we were at MegaCon Orlando, and G&G had a panel, and it was cool. We had several hundred people show up at the panel. I thought that was really wild. But Gina Carano's manager, which I guess you guys know, I know her, and
yeah.
it's the same manager of Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah.
And he was there, and so he knew I was there, so he reached out to some of us, and he's like, hey, you want to go meet Hayden? And I'm like, oh, sure, why not? So I go where Hayden Christensen was signing autographs and taking photos. His line was so massive, he was downstairs. So downstairs were all the, I guess they call it talent, or like celebrities,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. So they were all like downstairs. So there's 3 floors to the Orlando MegaCon, the conference center. They had to move him to the 2nd floor because his line was basically he wasn't taking a break for 2 days. Line was
Holy
Ooh.
crap.
and so we go up. And I text my friend. I was like, "Hey, we're here." He comes out, gives us a hug and everything. He's like, yeah, that line is big." He goes, "I'll text you maybe when he's taking a break, and you could just run and we'll take some pictures and stuff." And I'm like, all right, cool. So like we go about our business and everything. I go back around like the show was gonna close around 7, so it was like 5:30. I
Mhm.
text him. I was like, "Hey, I'm here. Just if there's a free moment, let me know. If not, I'm just gonna chill like around the air." I'm like watching this massive line. So he comes in, he gets me, and like I go to the back, and I was like, "You want me to just do a quick selfie with them?" And Hayden's like, "No, man, don't do that, because if they see you, everyone's gonna want a selfie." He's like, "Why don't we just give you a regular picture?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So they like, just, we'll cut you in the line, right? So I go into the line to get like a regular picture, and I'm all like happy because Hayden Christensen, man, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
Right.
it's Anakin. I'm like getting all jazzed up, and the manager's there, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? I'm being all like loud." The photographer remembered me from last year because I was the one because I was with Gina through all the cons last year, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? Everybody was like, "Yo, Hayden." I was trying to act like I knew everyone, like I was important. I get up to Hayden, and you know, we lean in. I was like, "So Hayden, is it true you really don't like sand?" Right? Like an idiot, like a freaking idiot. And he just looks at me with like doll's eyes, you know, and he just doesn't say anything. And we take the picture, and I'm like, "Well, all right, man. See you later, man." I was like, then I went and shook hands with everybody. He was probably like, "Who the freak is this guy?" Like, looking at the manager, he's like, "Who is this guy you brought in? Like, what the freak?
That's
Like, why would he say that?"
hilarious.
And then I walk out. I'm like, "Man, I'm an idiot." Of all things, I had a moment to say something to Hayden Christensen. I asked him if he didn't like sand. Like, what's wrong with me? What the freak is wrong with me?
For the memes.
Yeah,
Dude,
we got a picture for the ages. You know, I'm all like, and he's just staring at the camera.
Yeah, he's waiting to press the panic button.
Yeah. It's like, did
He's
we
just-
really let this guy in? Like, what the
He's probably sitting there like, why does this guy know everybody? Has he been stalking us? Like,
It's
what's
really,
going
probably.
Security.
Oh
Probably.
god,
But
that's
it was
hilarious.
cool. So that was a really cool moment. I wish
That's-
Hayden was on the tour last year because when because I was Gina's publicist last year, so we went to all the cities together, and that's when I got to meet like everyone, like at least from Star Wars, Ewan McGregor, everyone from Book of Boba Fett, the Cobra Kai people, the people from Dexter, they were really awesome, and the Sean Ashton was the one that I was like just geeking out over, and like that.
Dude,
that was
you
the
met
one
Sean
where
Astin?
Yeah, I am
awesome.
I'm like a tattoo of the Goonies. I am like a huge
Oh
Goonies
wow.
nerd, right? I can't wait. Like I'm my pilgrimage is in Oregon. I'm gonna go up there one day and like do the whole Goonies walk.
That's cool.
And I'm seeing Sean Astin. I was like, oh my God, it's Sean Astin. And Gina's next to me like, will you not embarrass me? Like, they're just regular people. Just go up there and say, hey. And I'm like, I can't go up there. It's Sean Ashton. And he's just like drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper, like by himself. Like, no one's around him. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk up. And I was like, I'm going to use your name. So I walked up and I'm like, hey, hey, Gina Carano would like to meet you. So I pulled that card. But like he saw my tattoo and he was like, "Oh my gosh, man!" He goes, "That's one of the better. That's one of the better Goonie tattoos I've seen."
Did you totally pawn off your fanboyness on Gina Carano?
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, you always hear these horror stories like you're gonna go up to a celebrity and they're like, "F off, man! I'm working. Get away. Who are you? Get away from me." Because I'm just in the back. I have the badge, but nobody knows like really who I am. And it's just like I'm just carrying bags, man, and which I was happy to do. So I totally and then but he was freaking awesome. Like we talked for like he just let me do a full interview and just kind of hang out. I didn't record. I took a picture, and then like he sent me like this awesome gift, after it was done. Here it is. Hold on, let me get it. And I love showing this thing off. It's like this is my big flex from Sean.
All right, I'm gonna put you on solo mode. So don't.
Oh my gosh. What are y'all doing?
I know it's not like you're used to that or nothing. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
He sent me like the map.
Dude.
And he signed it. And he was
cool.
like, Jay, you're a Goonie, Sean Ashton. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's movie quality stuff. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that was an unexpected.
That's fantastic.
Gift that
That's
came in the mail.
awesome, man.
So
That's super cool, man.
I don't even know what to do with it. Like I don't know how to display it. So I just have to keep showing it off on channels that invite me on. I'm like, hey guys, look at my toy.
I do the same stuff with the things that like my wife gets me. So my wife's gotten me some pretty cool things that I show off on stream a lot. The one thing I still actually, the one thing I still, oh god, I dropped.
Don't knock the wall down, Royce.
Careful.
No,
man.
this one I can't drop. So this is actually 142 years old. This is Dante's Inferno with all of the original prints in it. It's one of my favorite books. So my wife, this is from the 1800s.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, my wife got this for me for my birthday this last year. I was told I'm not allowed to ask how much she paid for it. So
it doesn't matter at that point,
No, dude, no, like not at all. Like I still have to get it in a proper case and all that. But yeah, dude, totally show off.
I show off all this stuff, and most people in my chat are like, "Dude, play the T2 game in front of us. Come on, man."
I mean, you have it in the room.
Oh God. That's
what I'm waiting for videos to upload. I just turn it on and just.
Yeah. All right. I've got to ask this question.
Sure.
And it's the reason that I was like, wow, I'm gonna reach out because I'm gonna be honest, kind of like you said. Oh, you think like you go up to like Sean Astin and be like, hey, dude, and they're like, no, F off. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you're kind of a big deal to like us little guys on the internet because you're a part of a big crowd. You're part of the Geeks and Gamers guys. You were just on FNT. Like, you obviously know Gina Carano. You're hanging out with Rob Schneider. Yeah, like you do a lot of interesting things.
I'm famous for knowing famous people. That's it.
Right? I love it.
And then everybody's like, how does he know famous people? And I'm like, I don't even know.
I don't know. Like I just like, I just show up and they're
Pretty
there.
You're leveraging that finding yourself in strange situations with strange people trick
Right.
to the best of your ability. I
Absolutely.
commend you.
So the reason that I wanted to reach out to you is because I always tell people if we want to affect culture. And hey, Mr. Mike S. Miller, how are you doing, good sir?
Mike.
Jay, are you acquainted
He's
with
muted.
Mike?
You're
I
muted,
know
Mike.
Mike,
Okay.
but he's muted.
You're
I
mute,
know,
Mike.
he's muted. He's muted.
I'm
I kinda
muted.
like him better
I'm
this-
muted because I'm sick.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
about
So I
to
haven't been
ask how
streaming. I
you're
didn't do a
feeling.
stream this week, but I wanted to come on and say hi to Jay because we know each other on Twitter and vis-a-vis whatever. But I do have a funny thing. I watch your streams fairly regularly, and every time I chat and every time Jay reads one of my chats, he reads my channel wrong.
Oh, I do.
Because it's Blacklist Universe, but he's always like, "Oh, it's Blacklist University or it's Blacklist Universal," and I'm like,
Oh. Really? That's how you're gonna do right now, Mike? You're just gonna show
I
up
know.
and just like,
But you're not alone. I do that a
uh
lot.
oh, did he just freeze? Oh yeah.
See what happens?
"Yeah, I know it's my fault."
No, it's my fault. But no, the reason that I reached out to you, Jay, is because you're doing something that I feel is very, very near and dear to my heart. And I always tell people, if you want to affect culture and you want to change the culture, in my eyes, give me something that I can, if you're writing stories or you're creating movies or you're doing shows or music or whatever, give me something that I can put in the hands of my kids. And you did that. And you put a very fine point on your book that you wanted something that, although it's an all ages stories, but you wanted something good for the kids to read and something to get them through their day. And that really struck a chord with me. And that's actually the primary motivation of me reaching out to you. I've got 4 kids of my own, and, and we homeschool the kids and stuff. So I'm always looking for good stories for them. And when you said that you were trying to do this, and at least to the best of my understanding, one of your primary motivations was for the kids, I just thought that was awesome. So what led you to that motivation? What was the reason that you go, man,
Well,
I want to do this for the kids?
After I spent like 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, just overseas doing work in like really poor countries. We were building schools and hospitals. I spent a lot of time in Haiti. I lived in Haiti and back and forth to the States and stuff. And then when I needed to stop all that, like I got to a point where it was like, it's difficult. It's like coming home, hopping on a plane and leaving, then coming home. And I became a 5th grade teacher in Central Florida. And that just, that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that, like what these young people are dealing with today is not what we dealt with yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, the biggest thing that I saw it was that they felt like they had no value or purpose in this world. And we could see, like, all you have to do is have a Twitter account, and you could see like how when young people they feel like they have no purpose or they have no value in this world, how easy they could be kind of snatched up by the wrong influence to say, I know you have no purpose, but we'll give you one. Fight this fight with us, then you'll be important.
Yep.
And it's usually not stuff that we're like, whoa, no, don't go there. Like, don't do that. And so the first primary reason why I wanted to write a collection of stories was just hopefully that young people will read stories and just feel like they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like a celebrity. They don't have to have millions of followers. They don't have to have all these things that they want to be to have purpose and value in this world, or at least the world that they live in. And I saw it because I worked at a school that dealt with a lot of kids that were either arrested or have been suspended and that or are very poor on the poverty line. And so it wasn't a public school. It was like I don't want to say second chance, but kind of like that.
Right.
And a lot of these young people. I saw, fifth grade is like 10, 11-year-olds, and they just were like, well, I'm not like these young people, so I have no value. I don't have no purpose. Nobody cares. Like, my world is falling apart around me, and what's the point? And just it just was, it was hard to see. Now I know at that age it's weird. You're going through stuff, and it's just like, I don't know how to deal with that and all that stuff. But still, it's like, if they hold on to that, they'll carry it on as they get older and older, and they'll just stop caring about stuff that's important, because they're like, what's the point? I have no purpose. So I was sitting at a park one day, and it just kind of like, I don't know. I had a notebook with me and something I was reading, and I just started jotting down, like, what does a world look like when you have no value or purpose? And I just came up with like a black and white conformity world, right? And with no color, kind of like the movie Pleasantville or The Giver or whatever, stuff like that. And what would it be like if a color just came into your world and just changed it for you? You've never seen it. And so that's where this came from. So achromatic means without color. And this is actually going to be 6 stories, if I can get to all of them. This first one is blue, and it's about this boy, John, who is started to question, like, why is everything the freaking same, and why can't we change things? Why can't we be different? Why can't we do this? And he discovers the color blue, and they have this unique friendship together, where the color blue takes him on an adventure, and he begins to discover his purpose and his value in the world that he lives in. So that's where it came. Now, this took like 3+ years to finally finish. It was first a regular novel, and after it went through some editing, I went through test readers and stuff. A lot of the test readers came back and said this would make an awesome graphic novel. So then I went out and hired people to convert it from a novel to a graphic novel, and I didn't want to lose a lot of the story. That's why it's 200+ pages. So it's a big book. And so I can't believe it's finally here, and I'm blown away that it's doing so well. And but I think what's more important to me is that there is a donation tier, or if you buy a book for yourself, you could also do an add-on for a donation. I want to get these in the hands of young people that can't afford it, because that school had a lasting impact on me. It's like, a lot of times the poor in our communities, the poor in other countries, they are often forgotten, because many people look at them as if they have no value to give because of their economic standings. And so it's like, I never wanted to forget them. You know what I mean? So we came to the decision where we want to do a donation tier. And in October, after we get the fulfillment done, because I'm going to close this thing down probably at the end of the month, and we'll start fulfillment. October, we'll hit the road and start giving these out to Boys and Girls Clubs, some Ronald McDonald houses, some kids that are terminally ill have already, these places have reached out to me already. I've sent out some pre-copies to teachers in some of the poorer areas in New York and California, and even here in Florida. They were so grateful. They came back saying other teachers want them in their classroom. So hopefully it's like, and again, I don't know what will happen. I don't know if anyone will even pick it up. The ones that we give away could just sit on the shelf, but at least for me, it's like, I'm doing the best that I know how to do myself, and it's because we see the crap that's out there for kids now, like even in their libraries, even in their class, and it's some of the stuff is horrible, and it's like horrific. They want kids to learn about different agendas and sex orientation, and talking like 2nd, 3rd grade. Are you freaking kidding me? Like what's the deal with that? And so I wanted to put together a unique adventure story that doesn't have all that garbage in there, and maybe something that they will love to read. So after all that, here we are. But I think everyone will enjoy it. I think everyone will enjoy it.
Just from what you said, it sounds awesome.
No, and it sounds like you are. It's not like you are. It sounds like you have a lot of personal experience that led to this. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to sit down one day and write a kid's book. It was something that was very near and dear to you.
Well, pop culture's always been, Star Wars, Marvel, even old school Disney. It just has a special place, and so there's a lot. I mean, like I got pirates in this book, so there's like, there's all that stuff has a special place and probably an influence in some of the story, but it was getting something in the hands of young people that wasn't the garbage that we see now. And the other thing is I do follow a lot of, I don't know what the correct term for you guys are, indie creators, or whatever it is. I follow a lot, and what you guys do on a regular is, trust me, I tip my hat, because a lot of you guys work extremely hard to constantly get the next copy out, the next this, the next that. You guys are constantly pushing it and trying to get it into as many people, the eyes of many people. I have been extremely lucky with, I guess, my platform being larger than most, and some of the people that I have in my corner, and so for the success of this book, but it doesn't even come close to what I just got. I got a small taste of what you guys do all the time, and the respect I have for you guys is just off the charts. It's just off the charts that you guys are constantly like listening to you. Like, how am I going to get dice out there? How am I going to get these gifts? How am I going to put these packages together? And it's just, you guys inspire me, because I'm not a comic creator. I'm not anything. This could have been a one and done. I didn't know what was going to happen. I set the goal at 10,000. I was like, well, I got 70K, on the on my YouTube channel, so maybe
Almost
we can get 10,000. So
almost 80,000, it looks like.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and
Wow.
here we are. So, and I think for me, what the nervousness for me is this is the first one, and I want to get the book in people's hands so I can hear what people think. It's like we all go to the movies, and people are like, I don't like it, I like it, this was great, this wasn't great, this was cool, this wasn't cool, this was too long, it's too short, whatever. And you got to, if you create something, you got to expect it from all not everyone's gonna love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Wicked Virtues in the chat, she was also lucky enough to get the book early, and she's talking about it in the chat, so that's pretty cool.
And
Epic.
and that's one of the things that I heard, is that it's just a good read. It's not just a good read for kids. It's just a good read, which is, it's what I tell people is like, kid friendly doesn't necessarily have to be just for kids or written in the language of kids.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of nostalgia tickle, because from what you discussed, Mike might be the only other person in this whole video and chat that would know this, but it reminds me of a animated film from a long time ago called The Point.
You're just trying to say I'm old?
Yes.
Thank
You're
you for
old like
saying
me.
I love when anybody calls Mike old. It makes me it's awesome.
Have you seen The Point?
No. You know what? My connection
wow.
is absolutely horrible. I'm gonna beg out, Jay. I'd love to have you on sometime. When my connection
I'll reach
doesn't
out,
suck.
man. My schedule was my schedule had already gotten like pretty full when you reached out.
Yeah.
But we'll talk, man. We'll talk in the DMs.
All right, guys.
Hope you feel
Thank
better,
you,
Mike.
Have a good
Hey,
night.
Mike, it's
Hey,
nice
feel
to,
better.
Kind of
Happy
meet you.
Easter, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Easter, Mike. God bless.
There we go.
Have a great Friday and a blessed Easter, everyone. God bless us, everyone.
God bless, Mike.
God bless.
Thank you for jumping on, man.
Yeah, it's just this obscure children's movie from back in the 70s, and the if memory serves, it was a long time ago, but everyone is very normal, basic. It's rudimentary drawn, but it's really kind of cool, and the main character ends up growing a point on the top of his head, which sets him apart from everybody else in the story. And he ends up going on a bunch of crazy adventures, and it's with his dog, which is shaped like a triangle. and it was cute, but also had that early critical thinking thing that old kids shows had.
Yeah.
And when Jay, you started explaining your story with John in this achromatic world finding blue, that was the first thing that I thought was, oh, the point, and like got that little nostalgia tickle.
There's so much more I want to say, but I can't. I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
No, don't spoil it.
Yeah,
Don't
well-
spoil it. Shill it, but don't spoil
Yeah.
it. That's what I tell everybody. Make sure to
You
get
have to
it
buy
out
it to
there.
find
Except
out.
me, I don't.
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah, he doesn't chill. He's got to get very. He'll be drunk by the end. You can tell how drunk he is by how far above his head. I am not
It's
even
true.
screwing with you. How far above his
He
head the
slumps.
back of the chair is. He was
Give me
almost
like-
vertical.
Give me like 2 more drinks, I'll start sinking.
Before I tried to find the best breaks in the conversation, and I'm terrible at it. But over on the Rumble side, Mr. Kikomon, he has a different name on Rumble, but Kikomon for $100 says, "Show him the Kikomon song. Spreading the love of soy is God's work." I will.
$100, Kikomon, really?
Yep, he wants me. I will, and Kikomon, no, and I've told Kikomon, I will save the Kikomon song to the end, so that way we can continue on, because we get into the memery at the end of the show, and then
I love
everybody
it.
who is sending in the super chats, I do see all of the super chats. I am just trying not to break up the natural flow of the conversation. I am also terrible at this, so take that into account.
$100 though.
Yeah, no, he does, dude. It's every time he shouts out the Kikomon song, it's always $100 on everybody's channel.
He's a
It's
madman.
insane. He is. He's
He is the madman.
he drinks a lot, but I love the hell out of
A lot
Kikomon.
of soy.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Jay, I had a question for you. You said that you started this out like 3 years ago. That's quite a bit of time that you've been working on it, and you're, as far as the graphic novel is concerned, you're only like a sixth of the way through, right? How long do you think the whole project is going to be going on for?
That is an excellent question. Well, blue is done.
Yeah.
So once I shut this down, where I like, this is all new. This world is so new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So once I shut this down and get these out into the hands of people, I'm actually gonna like wait for the feedback.
Yeah.
And just see like, and it's not gonna hurt my feelings, if people don't like it, if they're just like, this isn't good or this ain't work. So I'm gonna be curious on some of the feedback before I go into the next one, which is I'm using primary and secondary colors like blue, yellow, purple, so on. But
Love that.
yeah, so each one will be Achromatic Chronicles yellow, Achromatic Chronicles red. And once you get the book, you'll know what the next color is for sure. And then you'll also understand why blue had to be the first one. But the entire story is finished, actually. So I wrote the entire story, and when I first took it to an editor, each chapter was a different color. So each chapter was like blue, red, green, yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I kind of put it together. And then the first time I sent it to they call it a creative arts editor or something to kind of help shape the book and go through all my wonderful grammar. They were like, this is really big, like this will make a huge book. Like, would you ever consider breaking each of the chapters that you have into a separate book? That might be even cooler, whatever. So I was like, so again, this live and learn. I was like, that'll work. That would work. So then we took that. So then we took blue. And we broke that down. And then my thing too was I spoke with Eric July and a few others who the umbrella guy, he's another one that took the time with me on the phone to like say, hey, make sure you get this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. and they were always a phone call away. Actually, sometimes Eric called me just to be like, man, get off your lazy butt and get this thing done, man. You know how, like, exactly how he talks on Twitter, how it is on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
You know, you see him calling, you're like, hello, Jay. Like, he's just like, what are you doing, man? Did you work out today? It's like, okay. And I'm scared right now.
It's just- you wake up in the morning, you're like, why is Eric July calling me?
I
this
know.
early?"
It's like, I bet if I don't answer it, he'll show up at my door, and he doesn't even live in my state. But
That's got to be great to have a friend you're that lovingly afraid of.
yeah, I'm really blessed by that. And so he was sharing with me, and some others were sharing some of the horror stories of, and I don't even know who these people are, but that people that started a crowdfunding and never fulfilled, or
Oh,
they
wow.
fulfilled like garbage, right? Or
Mhm.
it was just like, all right, I made $50,000, I cashed it in, and then what the people got was like literally like nothing what it was supposed to be, and their career was completely over, like at that point, or they were never heard of again because they took the money and ran or something like that. But so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay for everything, and that's another reason why I took a little longer than normal. I was like, I want to hold it in my hand. So when people say, you know, how's this gonna be? Is it gonna take like 4 years to fulfill? It's like, no, it's done. Here it is.
It's
I
already.
got it done. Like, it's all there. You can see it. Everything. You hold it. Because I want people to know, like, as soon as it's done, it's like going right to the printers and everything. And then I think they all told me too, like, once the first one's out and people have it in their hands, it'll be a lot easier to sell the second one. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know, but I guess it's a good way to be like, you know, Jay, I gave him his money, he shut the campaign, and I got my stuff before he told me, and you know, it's good business. So
Good.
Yeah, you got to build that credibility. And I mean, I totally understand because yeah, there have been a lot of horror stories over the years. But yeah, I think that with a big project like that, I think you definitely did it in the right order. So
I'm nervous, like, because that was the thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I set up my Indiegogo, and Anna, that Star Wars girl, like, she's like, hey, did you get it set up? I'm like, yeah. She goes, can I look at it? And I sent it to her, and she goes, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So she's like, let me help you with this, please. So she took a day, you know, and God bless her, because she took an entire day. She actually made the thumbnails for me, and took time out of her day, which she didn't have to, and
That's epic.
helped me set it up the way it should go. Because again, like, I don't even know, like, she's like, you right before I hit 50K, she's like, you have no stretch goals here. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, give us something, like a sticker or something. I'm like, I was like, okay. So we're doing stickers. And then she was like, she just messaged me the other day. She's like, you need to have a couple more. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's like,
Yeah. That's
So
why
I'm
I
learning,
didn't crowdfund anything. I was like, I'm writing books. I don't have anything else to give people but the book. So I'm not going to try and do something that requires me to have extra stuff to hand out.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is what you get at this point. I didn't expect to get to almost 80, and you know,
That's pretty wild.
I was blown away. So
you're over 1,000 backers now, which is amazing. You know, this is that's another thing that I kind of look at is how many different people is this going out to and everything. And I think that you know, I really think that there's a growing cultural movement here with people who are ready for something new. You know, and
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't
I
agree
think
with
it's
you
awesome
more.
that
I think
you were ahead of the curve with that. Essentially,
I think we're in this unique new type of renaissance where people are like, movies suck, mainstream comics suck, nothing is like worth buying. I don't want to support this. They're pushing the message, you know, they're like they're like taking our characters that we love and just totally, you know, mutilating them right before our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I got money. I've always had money for entertainment. I've always had money to spend on, you know, movies and comic books and stuff. And it's like, I'm not going to give it to them anymore. I'm going to give it to this person and this person and this person. I'm going to do that. And because I want to support this new wave of creativity and imagination, and that's where I want to put my money. So it's really cool to see so many creators step up. Like what Eric July did was like, holy crap, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His was that was insane. Eric
Yeah.
July is the like that the enthusiasm behind what he was doing is the reason my channel is where it is today, because that kind of propelled me into this world.
Yep.
And that was just nuts.
Well, he
Just-
had it set at
I mean-
100,000. He was like, if I can get to 100,000 with ISOM, we'll do good, right? He hit 1 million in the first 20 hours.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty wild.
So we're like, looks like you beat that 100K, Mr. July.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, and he was kind of when he started talking about doing ISOM was when I was storyboarding Legacy of Heroes. So the more I was paying attention to him talking about comic books in a whole new light and what he was trying to do with it, and it sort of vibed with the same setup that I had for my Legacy Heroes novel. It was like I was running alongside him almost in my head, like we're both going in the same direction. So it was kind of inspiring. Granted, I have no artistic skills whatsoever. If I did a comic book, it would be stick figures with flat capes. But
I want to do a stick figure comic book. That's not even gonna lie. I
Right.
literally had that idea in my head, like to do a.
I'm
stick
good
figure.
with words, so I wrote a superhero novel instead.
Tell you what, if the story's good and it was just stick figures, people would flock to it.
I think they. Would.
That's what I was thinking, and that's why I was like, I'm not going to feel bad about doing a superhero novel if I can make the superhero action work in word form as opposed to visual media. It's good enough.
Really quickly, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but these will disappear because I can't pull them up in StreamYard or save them. John A. Douglas, member for 4 months on the YouTube channel, says, "Hail the Iron Age! Hail Jay! You got this." Thank you so much,
Thank
John.
you.
No, John's awesome, dude. He's putting in a lot of hard work too. He's another guy putting in hard work. In fact, like you
The
look at my
workload.
chat, most of my chat down there are guys writing stories, putting in the work. They've got stuff going on. They're moving, they're shaking, they're doing all those things. So
And I'm
it's
trying to
it's
work with as
awesome.
many of them as I can.
It's tough, you know, because now that, you know, I don't know what place I'm at, but I guess people see that this book is successful. And
I'd
so
say.
many indie creators have emailed me asking me to push their campaign to my audience as well. And I have no issue doing that. I got to figure out how to do it the right way. You know, and
Makes sense.
maybe just have like a giant stream and try to get
Send
as
them
many
to a drink with crazy.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah,
them
you can
my
actually
way.
send them our way.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
That's
not
what
even
Iron
a
Age
lie.
makes it for.
That's the entire purpose of what we're doing. And then Richard, obviously, with IronAge.media, and
All right, be ready.
Yeah.
I want to help them too. Like I would also love, because the love that so many of these creators, and whether they claim Comicsgate or wherever, like what so many of these people that have retweeted or even talked about my campaign on their show, and I didn't even know about it till like someone was like, "Hey, so and so mentioned you." It's like I want to I kept telling them, like, once my campaign is done and I could breathe for a second, I want to do more than just a retweet. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I just want to
Yeah.
do more than just a retweet, because I don't really think that does anything. It might bring one or two, but if I could do something, you know, bring them over to certain channels and whatever, and bring a little more eyes to what they're doing. Some of the stuff is just so awesome, and it's not their fault that I guess their social media is very small, like small
Mhm.
following.
Well,
And
yeah, I mean,
So-
it's a huge challenge for indies to break through the noise, right?
We
Because
call it
even if you're
screaming into
looking,
the void.
yeah, I mean, even if you're
Yeah.
looking for them, it can be very hard. Like with Iron Age .media, the whole thing is just indie, right? And there's not a week that's gone by where I haven't like stumbled on some project that has occurred that is either going on right now or has occurred in the last couple of years. And I'm like, geez, it would be great if I had an article about this. You know what I mean? And this is cool. People should know about this. But I just don't have, there's a bandwidth problem, So, but the thing that I think is that, we're starting to hit that critical mass, and going back to what you were saying about Eric July. But I think that the biggest thing he did, I mean, congratulations to him for being successful. But the bigger thing in my mind that he did is that he showed that there's a lot of people across all these different little spaces, that the market is much larger than we think it is. And I think it's going to continue to grow and grow, and not just for like a money reason, but for a cultural reason.
How many people we've had on the small, because we're kind of like a niche within a niche, but we're 25 Iron Age nights in right now. And look at how many of the smaller guys that we've had that have absolutely crushed it above and beyond what they thought they could.
Yep.
Like it is, and and by small, I mean these guys they're on their first or second book, and they're selling hundreds of books, hundreds. As it's my first book, nobody really knows what I'm doing. Like, and it's everywhere right now. Like people are craving good storytelling, and they're find some way, somehow, by the grace of God, or tenacity or enthusiasm or just sheer willpower, they're getting found by people who are looking for it. And I think that, like you said, we're reaching a critical mass here.
I think too is we're going to start seeing invitations to Comic-Cons and panels, things like that. Because I know for us at Geeks and Gamers, as long as I have been a part of it, we were always on the outside of that looking in, and we didn't care because we're just going to build our own thing. But now it's like these Comic-Cons are like, please have a panel. Like, please join us. Please. Here's free tickets. We want you there. You are important to this culture. Listen, anime, I don't know nothing about anime stuff, man. And Anime Matsuri, like they're like, we want you to have a table.
Yeah,
oh, really?
I've seen that in the last 2 years.
And I'm like, huh? Like, who are we? And it's like, just again, like we were at MegaCon Orlando, and they were like, have a panel, and it's like, okay, do you think anyone will show up? I don't know, but yeah, we filled the room out. So it's just wild to me to see that. I think that might be the next step of evolution of where all this is going, where they just might have an entire section of crowdfunded content, people that are out there trying to find people. And what the beautiful thing is like once you get to a point where you have enough people that like your stuff, then you're gonna like get the regulars, right? That are looking forward to the next episode, It's just like in any comic, like you like Spider-Man, you like Superman, you like Batman, you like Wolverine. So then once you find your audience, then the next step is to gain more and let the people find you and see you at the cons or wherever this stuff might be. But
I think it was semi-serious. I know there was alcohol involved in this, but I'm fairly certain we are committed to an IronCon 2025. Is that our like? I know there was alcohol involved in that stream.
Yeah, that was probably one of the few streams where I was actually a little bit tipsy, but
holding him to it though.
Yeah, but I think IronCon 2025. It may be in the Cracker Barrel parking lot, but we're gonna have.
That's all right.
we're going to have IronCon 2025. I don't think we're going to have to do it at Cracker Barrel either.
No.
And one of our wild stretch goals is for the H-Town.
So this is what I think. This is what I think you guys should do.
Oh no.
And
I like this.
Oh no.
There are people like Nerdrotics that have F&T meetups. Geeks and Gamers has a meetup in Orlando, usually in October. There are other, and there is no reason to email these people, Jeremy, Gary, whatever, and just say, hey, look, what would it be like if I were able to have it like, well, how can I have a table at the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it might not happen this year, but we were talking about it, and it's just like, what if we got to that place where FNT meetups featured, had tables that creators could just have their stuff out, or at the Orlando meetup where creators could just have their own little section, and it might not be huge, but it's a start, where people can at least come visit and just see what's going on out there. So I think that would be more and more that'll start small and then it'll get bigger and bigger and
Yeah, I think there's huge amount of synergy between the FNT style content and what we're doing. Not to say that there's total overlap or whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, I've always phrased it as like we're the kind of the other side of the coin,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas, and I kind of went into that in the video that Jay had mentioned earlier. They're the ones pointing out that the old school stuff is just kind of rotting from the inside out, and they kind of catch the people who recognize that, and then when those people go, okay, well, I'm tired of, it's time for me to move on to something new, and we're like the other side of the coin where we're offering that something new to people, and like both of those are kind of important. And maybe I'm off base on that. I
think we're all fighting the same battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're all fighting the same battle. I think the biggest problem for me, the biggest problem for content creators is to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, YouTube is let's have 70,000 subs. Do I get 70,000 views per video?
No.
Absolutely not. Listen, I did a movie review for Air. The thing's like sitting on 2,000 views. But if I talk about how bad Ray Skywalker is, it'll probably get 50. It's just YouTube is YouTube. And so that's a hard place, and then it's a constant grind of Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Yep.
And now
Rumble,
you see why I refuse
Locals,
to chill.
right? Odyssey.
Yeah.
And now they got a new one, Kick, Twitch. And it's like we are on all these platforms pushing, and I still only have 1,000 backers, knowing that collectively between Geeks and Gamers and everything else, there's probably 1 million subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people are still people still send me emails. Even you guys today, is your book? I don't think your book is still available. That's the first thing you said before, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's not your fault.
Jay, I'm an idiot though. You can't.
I know. Well,
he says I know. Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe but I'm just saying it.
Jay admitted it. He watches my show.
If it's not right in front of your face at the time you look on Twitter, you'll probably miss it.
Correct.
Well, because we kind of live in information overload.
Exactly.
Now.
Yes. But we also are going to need to have our own infrastructure beyond all of this. This is one reason why, some of the most exciting things I've been hearing are people looking at becoming an alternative to Amazon as far as an indie publisher friendly service, right? Or, creating more, if you could have more control over what you saw in your social media feeds, then you might actually be able to get a hold of people. This is one, I made a post today about how Twitter is banning some, maybe not all, but at least some Substack links.
Oh, I saw that.
Right. And I've said that Substack provides value that almost no other social media does. And that's because they let you get your email list. Okay. And okay, it's harder to get people looking at Substack. I understand that and all these other things, but still, whatever you get at Substack, you can actually keep it. Because if you, like Jay, if you could email 1 million people, how many people do you think you would have on your campaign? I bet you would have at least 50 times more. Because that would be 1 million people with way
email
higher...
is very personal to people still.
Yes, exactly. There's a much higher probability that you'd actually see it, because as it is now, Google and Twitter and all these other people, you're already not reaching all of your points of contact, all your followers, because they're not, they just are choosing to not show it to them,
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge factor. And I think we gotta, at some point in time, something's gonna come along. Somebody with a big pile of cash and a lot of servers is gonna come up with something smart. But
Well,
They just
I don't
keep
know.
making new social medias, and it's
I
like,
know,
join
I know.
Truth Social, join
So
this,
fucking-
join that,
I know.
join
I know.
Grifter, whatever it's called, and you're just like, here's another one, And
Hey, here's the weird thing
Wait.
about it, though, and this is part of what I don't like about the concept of Substack as opposed to, say, opens or quote unquote open, because I do agree, the social media sites and YouTube and whatnot, they throttle what they want to throttle when they want to throttle it, so it doesn't get seen. But at the same time, I have a fundamental issue with constantly subscribing to things, because
Yeah.
specifically for me as the sort of outlier, I have 600 creatives that I am mutuals with on Twitter, and I can have open conversations with them all day long if I want to. But they also, each one of them individually has something to subscribe to.
Mhm.
So I would have to subscribe to all of their things if I didn't have Twitter.
And then how
And
much of
that's
it are you going to
nuts.
miss? And then how much of it are you going to miss?
Yeah, and that's nuts. There's too much individualized stuff for any one person to pay attention to. So
But
one
here's-
person may actually pay attention to 5 of those 100 emails from the various email lists that they actually signed up for.
But here's the cool part, though. There's almost like 8 billion people on the planet. There's no shortage of people for any of us to reach. There might be a language barrier for some, but I mean, it's something
All right,
I
let's just do the 300 million that are in America. All right.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. And then okay, so let's maybe cut out the kids. So let's just say people who are of voting age. What, 100 and almost 200 million people
Yeah.
of voting age? I mean, and
That's what I kind of miss old internet.
yeah,
the Wild
it's
West.
unbelievably huge, and I think it's Nick Rekieta had mentioned it a while back on one of his streams that I was watching. He goes, nobody has found a way to tap into that market, and he goes, I don't think anybody. And he goes, as long as you're doing what you do, and he's like, and you're just you don't even have to be good at it. You just have to be like okay at it. You will find enough people in this world that
Sure.
will support what you're doing because there's just that many people.
Mhm.
And that doesn't mean only strive to be okay at stuff. That wasn't his point. His point is that never feel like there's not an audience out there for you and your stuff because you don't
Correct.
know. I mean,
There is an audience for everything.
so there's an audience for everyone.
Even
And-
the worst things out there.
yeah, and Twitter has what, like, Twitter has an enormously small audience.
Twitter's like one of the smallest social
it's
medias that
so-
are out there. Facebook is, I mean, I think of Facebook, I think like my grandma, and
Mhm.
but it's still worldwide. It's still like one of the biggest, and Instagram is right behind it. And then it used to be YouTube was like the number one, like one of the YouTube and TikTok are like battling it out now for like number one. So
Yeah, I hope they stop that. No,
I can't say what I want to say on the stream.
I know. I do want to give a shout out to the chat. And I know people are double dipping, so it's like Chicago voting right now, inflating the numbers. However, we literally have the biggest, at one point in time, we had the most amount of people that we ever have. And if you actually add in the Rumble people who are double dipping on YouTube, we have right now the biggest Iron Age nights that we have ever had. So
I'll count it.
yeah. So
we
thank
go.
you so much to the chat for doing that.
that's
wanted-
cool.
We love you guys.
Hey, we're small, man, but we're getting started, dude. And I kind of have the attitude of I don't go around life. I go through it. So I'll catch up to you big geeks and gamers guys one of these days. Maybe not. Probably not. It's that. But anyway, it's a nice dream.
I'm excited for the concept of conventions though, because then I can really play up my anti-shill performance.
Yeah, just set
Just
it
on
out.
like a tiny table with my stuff set up and a sign that says "Don't talk to me," and I'll just Scruffy from Futurama behind it.
Yeah,
That would be.
just fall asleep in the chair behind it.
That would be.
Put the money in the box.
Oh god.
Honor system.
The money in the
Yeah, you just got like a little hole in there.
Dude, I hand
out.
out free books like candy.
Donation
If you ask me for a book and give me a place to send it, I'll send it to you. I don't.
You're just gonna be sitting in that chair. You're gonna take that chair to the concert in the back and just stare at people while they
feet up on the
put
table.
like $1 in the box and take your book.
Just be
No,
like,
here's the thing: is enough people might actually get into the meme of that because they would put the money. They would take a selfie of them putting the money in the box with Mr. Curmudgeon back there, and then they would take. You would probably make bank actually if you could maintain
my
it
whole plan.
all day, just deadpan all
Easy.
day. Oh, good.
That's life on easy mode for me.
Yeah, that's extreme laziness. That probably won't work, but it's a good thought.
At least for one
Try it
day.
for one afternoon.
Yeah, after that, people
It'll
just like,
work.
wow, this guy's
I'll make it work.
where there's a will, there's a way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good lord.
I'm old school about all this stuff. Like my whole thought is I would rather people talk about the book than me. I don't care if anybody knows who I am. So my whole slow and steady approach is just getting the books in front of people's eyes, not the man behind them.
Okay,
Realistically, you're just going to send me a box of 50 books at whatever convention I go to, and then I'm going to set them out and put
I'll
a
be
picture of
showing
a,
up.
So I want to touch on some.
more handsome person and say, "This is the author."
Just get Jay there and tell them that
I'm going to put a picture of Jay. Jay wrote this too.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, but he ghost wrote this. But anyway,
I'll allow it.
That's one of the things that I not the Jay thing, the other thing that you were mentioning, is that I'd rather people just get the books in my hands and not really know who I am. In this day and age, I think we are past the point of that.
I know.
I think because of how dichotomized the pop culture world has been, how dichotomized the media world is right now, with obviously all of the crazy things that the leftist side of the world, not just the country, but the leftist side of the world seems to be doing with all of our pop culture. I think there is comfort in people knowing that this person somewhat agrees with me, maybe not 100%, but I can at least align with them in these values. So I know at least if I send my money to this person, even if I don't like their book, even if I think the book is hot trash, I at least know that my money went to support somebody who shares my values. And I think that I really, that's kind of part of why I tell people I'm not here to sell a book to anybody. I'm not here to sell, Achromatic Chronicles. That's Jay's job. My job is to sell you Jay, right? What values does he have? Is he the type of writer that you want to back? Does he have views that you go, you know what? He's just not my type of guy. I'll pass on this one, right? Is
Too much charity.
I know, too much charity work. Kids building houses and like third world. We're just not going to support that guy. Like, screw that guy helping the little kids in other countries. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, Jay, you're a bad example here. I need a much worse human being than you. But
I'm fully aware that it's not what the current culture is interested in, but I'm still going to do it because it doesn't matter who I am in the grand scheme of things.
I'm going to bring a newspaper when you go to a con, and I'm going to slap you with a newspaper. And I'm just going to have shill written on the newspaper.
You can do that all you want. It's not going to stop me.
So I have a question for
it might make for
Jay
a fun
real quick
event,
before
though.
I forget it about Achromatic Chronicles.
Shoot.
Is it going to be like on the shelves? Are you going to be publishing it through anywhere else after this? Are you going to be going on like a permanent in demand, or what's the story with that?
I'm actually gonna shut down I'm gonna shut it down completely,
Really?
and then I'll see what we'll do next. Like if we do the second book, then I'll offer that one. As if you missed out, you could buy it here. With the second one,
Like that.
there's a lot of people wanting. There's been a lot of publishers reach out. I don't know. I don't know. Like originally, I was gonna write the book and put it on Amazon and just chill it every time I'm live or whatever, and just like pick it up on Amazon. This has been a little more fun, even though the work will be a little different. It's going to be a lot harder, like once it gets done. But I'm looking forward to it because meeting people like you guys and like all these people that I had no idea existed. Them inviting me on their shows, on their live streams, and doing live streams with these people with one person in the chat, which was I could I could care less. And just meeting people and hearing their stories and stuff, that to me has just been incredible. But I don't think I'm going to keep it in demand. I think I'm just going to shut it down. And then if it got to a point where like Fox News or something, because I don't know if you guys know this, but like Fox News had me out at their place in New York a little while ago.
Know this.
Yeah, like I met Kaylee, the Trump's press secretary, and Sean Hannity, and all those
Nice.
people. So they
Again, he just finds himself in rooms with people. Like, is that your superpower? You just like, I'm just gonna like just be.
It was
in a room
weird
with...
thing. Like I ended up like Geeks and Gamers had a meetup in Boston. I got an email from someone that works with Hannity that was like, "Hey man, these people want to meet you because of." This was like at the height of Gina Carano being fired. And she wouldn't do any interviews, but she just did one with me. And so it was like, they just were like, who is this guy? And they're like, oh no, I follow his channel. You got to just meet him. So they're like, if you come to New York, let's all spend the day at the Fox News channel. And I'm like,
That's cool.
all right. So I was like, okay, another thing. So I ended up not going back to Florida from Boston. But I convinced Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers to drive me to Times to,
I remember that. I didn't know you went to Fox News. I remember that you guys, so one of you guys was holding the cell phone and you guys were live streaming, walking through the streets in New York with Krista Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And I was like, what are these kids just hanging out, walking through New York, just like
that was my first time like in Times Square, and I didn't want to leave. It was like 4 a.m. I'm like, I'm just sitting there watching activities. There was like a PETA protest. I just walked in the protest. I was like, this is the coolest thing, man. Then like a block over, they were shooting a music video. I don't know who the artist was. It was a hip hop video. I walked over there. And the guy's like, y'all want to be in the video? Everybody come in the video. You got to turn so they were like, you got to turn in your phones because you can't record the video on your phone. So you handed this guy your cell phone. And he's like, all right, go stand in the corner. And I'm just standing there like this in the back. I don't know who the artist was. I don't know if it saw the light of day, but I was in it for 10 minutes. I got my phone back and I was like, I was in a music video. That was cool.
I just think that it's crazy that you would give a stranger your phone in New York and just, Sorry.
I've done worse. I lived in Haiti, man. Listen, man. You think that's weird? Try living in Haiti.
I
not really know the
imagine.
language and not really know the culture and everything. So it doesn't. It's not on the same scale. It's like
right.
Yeah,
my
that's
phone
true.
was stolen in Haiti. Like my phone was stolen in Haiti like 3 or 4 times. So. It is what it is. But yeah, so like that was fun. And the next day we're all at Fox News, and I'm just like, oh my god, look at all these. Everybody was there. Tucker Carlson, like everybody. They just came out for a minute. And they're like, how you doing? I was like, how you doing? And the one person I really wanted to meet was Kaylee. Trump. How do you say her last name?
Kaylee McEnany.
Yeah. McEnany. Yeah. I always get that wrong. She was there. So we waited in the green room, and she just kind of came out, and they're like, "Hey, we'd like you to meet some friends of ours." I'm like, "Hi, hi, hi, hi." So it was like, you know, I've been to China 6 times, man. What part of China do you live in, Michael? I took a team of English teachers, and we worked with the English graduates in Xi'an. We were in Shanghai. Spent some time in
He just moved
Beijing.
recently, so I don't know where he's at now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you can even say, but that was like one of my favorite trips. Like, for what it's worth, I know we fight with the government over there, but China is freaking beautiful, and the people were just as beautiful. Like, I had the best time there.
And I think that's one of the things a lot of people are like, we love the Chinese people, hate their government, love
Yeah.
the people. There we go. Here it is. Sorry. Just Toxic came in and ruined
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
uh,
Zing. Is that north or south?
Zining Qinghai.
Oh,
I
the
am
people
not-
are great, says Michael. Yeah.
No, Michael's awesome. We're gonna get him on the show too, actually. Coming soon. Jay, I have to derail really quickly because I know you were on Friday Night Tights for like 17 and a half hours or however long
I'm
those
good,
guys
man. We can
stream.
keep going.
Okay.
I'm good.
I just
I'm
want to
good.
make sure because whenever you're ready to bow out, there's some super chats that people have sent in specifically.
No, go for it, man.
Right.
No, I'm good.
I
I'm
just-
good. I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
good for
good.
I'm feeling good. So
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not
I
bailing
just-
out at the 1:30 mark.
Yeah, no,
We're
I
good.
just wanted to make sure, man. I wanted to be respectful of your time, and we're getting
As a professional YouTuber, you should learn that the guests will type in the private chat saying, "Hey, man, I got about 10 minutes." That way, you can make like this cool, smooth transition. You know,
Okay, Jay, we've already covered this. I'm an idiot. Okay, like I'm trying to
Lower your
communicate here with you, and I just feel like you're not hearing me. I'm
And one of
an
his
idiot.
co-hosts is getting
Hey,
drunk, so
Should I say it slower? No, God, you know what? The funny thing is, you sounded like Mike Miller just now, and I'm just not a
you
fan.
know, right?
Because Mike Miller shows up and gives me crap for being a bad YouTuber all the time.
Yep.
So, I mean, oh God. Dude, I genuinely have no idea where to go at this point because shut up, Mike.
To
Sorry.
the super
I
chats,
see him in
bro.
the chat. We could go to the super chats a little early. We usually save those for a little later. We have quite a bit this evening though. But man, Jay, I got more out of you tonight than I thought. Like I had questions prepared and I didn't have to ask them, which was awesome. 2, I've already forgotten them, so they're never gonna get asked. And 3, you just you see the passion that you have, one, just for life in general.
oh man,
you-
you have to listen.
Oh God. Oh no.
The truth is, people are missing out on the beauty of life because either they're afraid, they're scared to step into something, they're afraid to try something new or to take a chance on the passion that they might have. I know there's people in this chat right now that would love to try and be an author or love to try to travel or try to even set up their own YouTube channel or whatever it may be, or to make that change in their career or try something, make jewelry. I don't know what it is, but it could be something. And this whole thing, rebellion, all this stuff with 9line and everything, it's all about rebelling against your fears and living in your passion. Because the biggest problem in this world is like, you could go to someone and be like, man, I'd like to do a book. And majority of the time, some people will be like, you can't do that. What have you ever written before? Can you even draw? Like, it's just like this whole...
Come talk to me, people.
These dream snatchers just come out of the woodwork from your family, from your close friends. And sometimes they don't mean to be that way. But then they'll tell you something that's not true. Basically, you can't do that for whatever reason. Too old, too young, too broke, too this, too that, whatever. And then you'll take that and believe that as a truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll take a lie and you'll believe it as truth, and then you'll live with
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
And then as the years go on and on, you see others doing what you were supposed to start and do. And then you start living with regret, and then you start getting depressed about it. And then life just doesn't look the same
Mhm.
for us that are taking chances and that are stepping into our passion and just enjoying it. You know, you can't take things too seriously, and you can't be afraid to fail. If I put this book together and one person bought it, like my mom is the only one that bought it, hey, you know, no one could ever look at me and say I didn't try. No one could ever look at me and say, man, you complain a lot about what's going on with the kid. Hey, man, I tried my best.
Mhm.
You know, no one could ever look at me and say those things. And then when you start to live in your passion and the things that you love doing, life looks so different.
Yep.
It just does. And it's easy for us to get caught up on Twitter and social media and see how horrible things are. But there's actually a lot more good out there if you look for it. That stuff never gets highlighted.
Damn right.
Drama sells, fear mongering. Politicians do it on both sides of the coin.
Mhm.
That's just how it is. News media outlets do it. They want fear. They want anger. They want that type of quick Sith passion to get views and tractions and stuff like that. But life is like, there's so much beauty out there, and to see people create and see people love what they're doing and see people share, and it just, everything just looks different. The world looks different. The world looks like it's not as bad as certain people make it out to be, and it also gives you a sense of hope. So not to go on a tangent or anything like that, but it's just like, take a chance, man. If you fail, so what?
Perfect tangent. Go on.
So what?
Yeah.
You're all gonna fail, man. Like it's just that's just
Oh,
life. It's so, just learn from it, pick yourself up, and try again.
Yep.
But don't let anybody steal dreams from you. Because I'm one thing that I heard, and I'm talking to myself here, because like 7 years ago I was in that rut. Like I can't do anything, whatever. I heard somebody say one time, he's like, you know, where like the greatest inventions, the greatest books, the greatest paintings, the greatest, you know, creativity is right now? In the graveyard, because people were afraid to step into their passion, and they died with these dreams, never seeing what could happen. And I was like, dang. And he's like, don't let that happen to you. I was like, okay, man. Even though there was like 1,000 people, you know, like I was like, he's talking right to me. It's like it's wild, and I'm like, it's so true. You know, it's so true.
Here.
Yeah, and I mean, the people who have made it, the people who have accomplished something in life, it's not that they tried the first time. They're not standing on top of all their successes. They're standing on top of a gigantic pile of failures. And what they did is they just kept going, and they didn't let it stop them. You know, and I think that you're absolutely correct that it changes the way that you look at the world. You know, you can see so much of the negativity and everything else. Like a lot of these things, negative emotions sell, but they don't build anything, you know. And if you're building something, I think it like, not only do you have to have some of those positive emotions, but you also like generate more for yourself. Like it's beneficial to you and to everyone else whenever you're doing it. I don't know if you found that to be true as well, but
I just like it. We crap on a lot of the entertainment stuff because it sucks. It's not good.
I mean, it does. It's the truth.
But it's not going to ruin my day.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna like lose sleep over it. I'm not gonna be angry about it, you know, as I turn off the computer or whatever. And because life is too precious. We got one chance at this thing, you know, and there's no do-overs. And it's like, why waste it? You know, why waste it? Why waste this opportunity you have? Like, stop living in excuses. It's, you know, excuses are found around every corner that we can just hold on to. It's like, stop doing it and just live, man. Take a chance. And if it doesn't work out, then shoot your shot again, you know? That's all it is.
You know, it's,
What I built Whimsyland for.
I got to say this really quick, guys. because it will disappear because I can't save it. Kikomon just gifted 20 A Drink with Crazy memberships on the channel, so thank you so much, Kikomon, for the 20 A Drink with Crazy memberships.
Woo!
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's what I built Whimsyland for, was anybody that had that dream and that passion that wanted to do these things but didn't know how. That's the whole point of my business. And I've worked with so many creators over the 2 years I've been doing this now. Not a long time, but it's still a significant time with everybody that I've met and gotten to work with and help out. More people come to me every day looking for advice and just looking to create what they want to create. And that's what I'm here for. So if you're worried about it, come talk to me. We'll get it done.
That's a good shill. Why can
Shut
I
up.
never get that out of you when it's shill time?
Shut up.
That Trippy, if you're in the chat, clip that for me. Give me that
No.
timestamp. That was
Don't
a
do it,
great
Trippy.
shill. Jay,
You're the
every
one
week,
person
every
I'm
week at the end,
subscribed to,
every week at
Trippy.
the end,
Don't do it.
I give everybody every week at the end. I give everybody time to shill their stuff, to shout out their stuff, talk about what they're. And this guy just, man, he clams up, and he just won't do it unless he's
I don't
really
chill.
drunk, dude. If he's really drunk, like he'll get there. But like,
Clear up 15 minutes.
yeah, give it about. But no, no, to piggyback off what you guys were saying is something that I've said on my live stream a lot, is the one thing that you guys should always be afraid of is like that laziness that you're comfortable doing, right? And like I equate it to this because this is my demon in life. My demon in life is that, oh, I'm just gonna go sit down for 5 minutes, right? Like there's the thing that I have to do, right? Like I need to do, well, I'm just gonna chill for 5 minutes. Well, then 5 minutes turns into an hour, and then an hour turns into a day, and then a day turns into a week, and then a week turns into 6 months, and then 6 months turns into God knows how long. All because I'm still just taking 5 minutes before I do that thing that I need to do.
Yep.
And I always tell people, I'm like, when you get that thing that you're just like, man, nope, I'm just going to take 5 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean that you're so tired, like you literally can't like stay awake and like for, like obviously if like you're falling asleep, standing up, obviously there are exceptions here. But when it's just
Like the
you just
exhausted
being,
YouTuber.
just being lazy, like, no, I'm just going to take, don't take that 5 minutes. Get up, do that thing, right? It's why Eric July is always out there. Get your workout in. I don't, but I do eat fairly healthy with the exception of the amount of beer that I drink. But it's that for me, dude, that's my demon, man. That, oh, I'm just going to sit here for a little while before I do this thing. And then 9 times out of 10, it'll bite me in the ass. Like it's infectious, man. Because you're just like, man, the chair's real comfortable right now.
Problem is though, like that, yeah, it does get comfortable,
Mhm.
but there is. So let's just take writing a book, right? Trying to sell a book on Indiegogo. If you don't put that work in, you don't hustle, you don't do that, there's somebody right behind you that will hustle twice as hard.
Yep.
And it's not
Yep.
easy. It really isn't easy, but there also really isn't an excuse, because if you want to sell t-shirts, there's a t-shirt. You can start selling t-shirts for free. If you want to start a channel to promote, that's free. Like there's so many tools out there that could help you get to where you need to to wherever you want to get in life.
True.
They're out there, but you gotta hustle, man. If you put the work in, like you get in what you get out. Like that's just basically how it is.
Yeah.
You get in what you get out. You just can't be discouraged. You can't compare yourself to others. You just can't get caught up in that. You get caught up in that, there's always going to be someone that sells more, that has more followers, that gets more views, there always will be. So if that's a motivating factor to get better, that's wonderful. But if it affects you and like, oh well, I'll never be, starts to get like, you gotta turn that off somehow. You gotta turn it off, man. People ask me too, they're like, dude, I got Drunk 3PO. That's my main channel. I also run a history channel called History of Pirates that a lot of people don't know about. And that's like my favorite YouTube channel of all. Like I freaking love that channel. We do like mini movies over there about pirates. And that's History of Pirates. There's my shill. And then
There
of
you go.
course,
See, Daniel,
right
that's
for
how
you
you
there.
do it.
I run the
Nope.
theme park channel for Geeks and Gamers. That's my job over there. So it's like I've got to put in the work, but that channel is difficult because it's not me sitting at a desk sometimes recording a video. It's me going out to these theme parks and walking around in the rain and the heat and the sun and like getting stuff in and doing vlogs and showing people what's out there. And so it's you know, you
Hey,
don't you,
Jay, really
things gotta
quickly,
s-
is it this one? Is that it?
that is it.
Sweet. Hey, look at that. I did something right.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Hooray.
I'm an idiot, Jay. You can't expect much.
Oh no, I don't really talk about that one too much. But it's there. I think we just hit 4,000
You
subs.
did. Good job. Man.
So that's pretty awesome. So oh, some people in the chat already know it. They're like, Jay's video on Black Caesar was a banger. Oh, thank you. It's not for everybody. Like that channel ain't for everybody. You gotta like pirates, you gotta like history. Some people don't like that, so there's no reason to sub. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, and whoever in this chat just picked up some of the copies of the book, I thank you. We're getting close to 78K. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
And it's awesome. It's freaking awesome.
It's
And
fantastic.
yeah, man, it's just it's been a wild ride, you know, and I don't ever want to get off.
You can't.
I don't wanna
you
get
can't,
off.
and you're the only one that can keep you on the ride. That's the
true.
thing. You are the only one that can keep you on that ride. And don't get comfortable on the couch, guys. Just don't. Whenever you just want to be couch comfy, go do that thing. Just avoid being couch comfy for the rest of your life, and you'll be all right.
It's
The truth of
discipline,
the
man.
matter is just do it for 10 minutes.
It
Have
is.
you? I
It does
saw.
take discipline.
I was going to say I saw a Rumble chat a while ago asking about your taste in music, Jay, and I was curious also if you've ever heard of Akira the Don. He's somebody that I'm a fan of, and he does like motivational music and stuff like that, where he takes quotes from various
Lo-fi,
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's lo-fi type stuff.
it's
So
quite cool.
I listen to like I find these things on YouTube that are like ambient, like Star Wars ambient. It's like 6 hours. Like I usually have that on like all day, or it's like it could be Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever it is. It's like you can just type in the name of your favorite movie and then type the word ambient, and someone's got like a 10 hour hum.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I have a weird playlist, man, in my car. It's like usually like TikTok favorites and
okay,
and like theme songs. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
interesting.
I'm on the reels, like so I didn't know this was possible, but I just recently got monetized on Instagram. And I don't know how,
Wow.
but me and Ryan Kennel, we did it at the same time. And we really don't have that many followers, It's like we thought you needed, over 10,000 followers to get monetized on Instagram. Well, apparently not. So now they pay us for posting reels on our Instagram account. So it's so now I'm like, that's easy, like that's
Mhm.
just me standing in front of the car doing something stupid, but then finding the right song to at least get to like 4,000 or 5,000 views on the reel, and then you get paid. It's like it's a crazy thing. So it's like there's all these different avenues to make money and sell yourself at the same time. So I didn't even know that was a thing, So now I'm constantly listening to that. I call it TikTok, but it's like it's the same thing. It's the reels music,
Yeah.
And so it'll be stuck in my head forever. And I'm like, let me put that on the playlist, so
Yeah.
I can listen to it.
Dude, some of the music that I've found for like the YouTube audio library,
Yeah,
like put in the background. So I'm not in a sound treated room at all. I'm at the bottom of my stairs. I have 4 kids. I have dogs. I have cats. There is always noise in my house. Never not. So what I use the music in the I try to keep it somewhat quiet to drown out all the noise in the background, right? That's what I use the music for, because I'm not in a sound treated room. And sometimes I'll be listening to just some free YouTube audio thing, and I'm just like, this is really good. And yeah, same thing. It goes on the playlist. Like I've had a number of songs like that where I just like I have to listen to it. Oh man.
I like lo-fi beats, just as like ambient background music.
When I do long road trips, I listen to podcasts.
Me too.
Yeah.
Audiobooks and
I do the same.
podcasts.
Yeah, the thing that I like about Akira at the Dawn and Meaning Wave is that he'll take like the most salient parts of a specific podcast sometimes, or other things, chop it up and put it to music. So like those key points are really drilled down on. But anyway, not to
Man,
not
I
to
listen
show it
to
too
like
hard.
true crime horror podcasts.
Oh, okay. Those
Oh,
kind
you're
of
one of those people.
I bumped into this guy. His name is Mike, and he runs Sword and Scale. Right? I don't know if you've
okay.
heard of that podcast.
Mhm.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like the biggest true crime
Yeah.
podcast of all. He's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I run this podcast, Sword and Scale. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked it up. I'm like, holy crap. And then I like go on Twitter. I'm like, hey, remember me? We bumped into each other. So hopefully he'll be on my podcast soon enough. He started a new one called Sword and Scale Nightmares that's keeping him busy. Whew, it's one of my favorites, especially like on long drives. And I also listen to the Whatever podcast. I don't know if
Do
you
you
ever heard-
really? Do you really
part of the
listen to
problem.
that?
Not every day, but like if I'm on the car
Oh,
for like a few
okay.
hours, I'll have that on because it's just so fascinating to hear these women, just
Do you
say-
do you think it's an act? Because like it's got to be an act, right?
He records that in California, and the women get paid. I believe they get paid to be on, and
Got to be an act. Because there's man, like
man,
I
there's-
get it.
there's-
There-
I think there's women like that out there.
But at the same time, it is sort of a performance. You're getting paid to try and be as controversial as possible on the air.
Yeah, I'm not convinced all of them know that they're putting on a performance, but I think that there are definitely
Maybe not all
at
of
least
them.
are
Some of them.
The problem is though, a lot of the things like if you ever watch it live, a lot of the things that the women are saying, they have an audience
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
that are just like slay queen, slay,
and
it's like-
they don't realize because they've just been given that positive affirmation, and they just it's kind of like when your mommy and daddy tell you, oh well, no sweetheart, everything you do is great, and then you wake up to the real world one day and you realize, oh, everything I do isn't great.
the guy,
Yeah,
like,
that brick wall is going to come real quick.
that guy was like, I want to marry a girl that has only slept with like 3 or 4 women. And these women are all laughing. They're like, oh, why would you care about body count? I'm like, that's what they call it nowadays, body count. I'm like,
yeah.
okay. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, like you're a
They're like,
serial
what's your
killer.
body count? They're like, I don't know, a few hundred. I'm like, God dang.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Holy
no,
crap, man.
yeah,
And it's just like
there's-
casual. It's like, yeah, 100, maybe 150. I'm like,
Jeez.
wow.
No, that's insane. AS Bruner just became a member for 2 months over on. He says, "Do I say happy or sad Good Friday?" You say blessed Good Friday, AS
Correct.
Bruner, because it is. And yes, that is also something that many people have asked before. But thank you so much, good sir. It is awesome to see you down there. Sorry, I have to catch those because they disappear. I can't save those ones. No, I find myself, so I blame my daughter for this. My oldest daughter is getting into like anime, and my wife and I believe that whatever the kids want to watch, like we have to watch it first. We've got to vet it, and maybe not the whole thing, but like enough to know it's not corrosive for
Yep.
our kids. And so my wife and I, we were like, okay, well, because she wants to watch anime, but she doesn't know where to look. And we're not going to let her just look, right? It's our job as parents to put that thing in. So then we started watching anime, my wife and I, and sometimes independently, so that way we could figure out what to put in front of the kids. And so lately, dude, if I going to bed at night, if the room's too quiet or something, I'll take an earbud in and and there's just anime noises in my head all night now. And I'm like, how do I blame this kid for this? Cause I feel like I did it for her, but now I'm doing this for me. And I don't know what to do with my life now.
I live right next to Disney.
Oh God. Oh, you're a Florida man.
Fireworks.
There's
It's important to curate what your
uh,
kids consume, though.
Disney
Mm.
adults.
It's really important.
Oh, Disney. Oh. There. If you ever hear me say anything bad about Florida men, Jay, I want you to know I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Have you guys played the Florida Man game?
No, I haven't.
All right. So you guys got to do this. So go on your Google search engine, type in your birthday. So if your birthday is like August 1st, you type 08/1, then type in Florida Man, and tell me what headline comes up.
I've done that
do that
before.
for sure.
Yep.
It's a great icebreaker.
Dude,
for a
have
live
you,
stream.
I'm assuming you've been.
I hang out with a Florida man on the regular basis. So
Oh, dude,
Hi,
my
Brian.
best friend, my best friend's from Florida, and he goes, like, when him and his buddy would see a crazy news story, he and his buddies in Florida, they would guess what county that story came from.
We do the same thing.
Dude, that's all right. And then, so what did you say? You type in your birthday and then
Just your month, day,
Yeah.
then type Florida Man.
Oh dear.
See, like Richard.
yes,
Florida man dies inside suitcase. Girlfriend charged after claiming they were playing hide and seek.
yes.
Oh my God. Wait, can you present that, good sir?
I do have a very large suitcase, but I'm definitely not getting in it now. So
So the one that came up like multiple times, Florida man found clinging to a capsized boat off of Port Canaveral. What are you guys doing down there?
Having fun.
I asked
Living life.
well, a fair amount of coke to start with, I think. And then-
Dude, I asked my
And a lot of
buddy, and
voting.
I like his answer blew me away. I asked, "Oh, are you getting out of here, Jay? Hey, everybody, if you guys want to go," and he has a new book out, but I don't have his new book. I do happen to have this book, but James Craig is dipping out in the chat. This is Infinite Money Glitch,
Good night,
which was
James.
inspired by the GameStop short squeeze. And it's written in the land of a video game, and I'm having a blast with this book. I really like. I've been very lazy the last few weeks on my reading because anime.
Bro, the Florida Man stories are flying in the chat. I love it.
Dude, yeah. So I asked my buddy this, and he gave me an unironic joke, and I was like, I was joking just because obviously Florida, everybody makes fun of like the drugs and stuff like that, and I was like, and then obviously there's a lot of gators because you guys live with dinosaurs down there, and I was like, dude, have you ever eaten like meth gator? And he goes, statistically speaking, probably, yeah. And I was like, are you?
Yes, okay.
And he was deadpan serious. And this is my best friend. He is the biggest meme lord that I know in my friend group. And he was deadpan. He goes, yeah, no, you think about it. All these drug cartels, yeah, they flush it all down the toilets and stuff. It gets in the water. He goes, yeah, I've probably had gator that lived on. I'm like, I genuinely don't know how to handle you right now. And
There's
you're
an
just nodding.
There's an alligator under my car one morning, and my neighbor was like, "Hey, hey," and I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "Kick your tire, man. There's a gator under your car," and I'm like, "It wasn't a big one, but it was big enough."
It was only a little dinosaur.
So,
it's fine.
I'm like,
It's
"Kick
fine.
the tire." They're like, "Yeah, it scares them." So I kicked the tire, and that thing just right back into the canal. I was like, "Okay."
well, whatever
Get
works.
out of here, Gator.
Are you a Florida native or are you a transplant?
Yeah, I was born in Washington D.C.
Oh,
and I came to Florida
Me
when I
too.
was 18 to go to college.
Oh, so you've been there long.
And I never left.
Oh,
I mean, I
man.
left the country, but I never Florida was always my home base. So
Mhm.
I went to because I stayed some time in Miami. That was cool. The beaches were nice, but and then moved when I took the school job. It was right here next to Disney World. So I was like, well, here we are.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
good
awesome.
stuff. Disney.
Well, Jay, I can get to this. Ooh, what do you have this week?
Yeah,
Daniel?
go for some super chats, man.
What do you have, Daniel? You got to answer. Oh, solo layout. It's too small.
Use your words, Daniel.
Air
he's
dried
doing
beef,
Ooh, okay. It's a
habanero.
beef jerky. Yeah.
Air dried beef.
hmm Tried it out.
Mm.
Actually, not bad.
That's gonna give you gas.
No, not if you eat enough hot food.
I'll allow it.
Hey, my wife, my wife grows. My wife grows like all the hot food on the planet for me in our garden every year. We had like 5 out of the top 10 hottest peppers in the world. I think I had 5 of them growing fresh in my garden. And my wife will like she'll dry them out and then she makes powders and stuff. And then when I'm not eating them fast enough, she sells them to all of my friends. So that prick down there in the bottom corner has my freaking Trinidad Scorpion.
I
powder.
do, and it's my favorite.
I hate it.
I can't take it.
Oh, dude, I
Hotter the better.
remember, Jay, I told you I'm an idiot. So when I eat food and I go, wow, this tastes like burning, I'll have another.
I was in when I was in Mexico, we were building
So
a
it doesn't
special
taste good if it's not burning.
we were building a special needs home, and we almost got it finished thanks to the Drunk 3PO community who raised all that money and got that. And at the time, Gary
awesome.
from Nerdrotic was living in San Diego, and when we had finished the first tour, the first trip I was there, I came across the border, and my flight got delayed a day for some reason.
Mhm.
And I texted him. I was like, "Hey, man, you doing anything? I happen to be down the street." And he was like, "Oh my God, Jay, yeah, like come spend the night. Like we'll take care of you and stuff." So I was like, "All right, cool." So he picked me up, went to his house, which is awesome, by the way. His game room.
Mhm.
It's like the Mecca, you know? Like
That's
every
insane.
nerd needs
Yeah,
to
I
go
saw
there.
him moving it, and I was like, "My God!"
Yeah, and it was cool. He let me go live from, his studio for like an hour, and I didn't even know what to do. And it was so wild. And when we were all done, he's like, "Let's go get some pizza," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, man." He's like, "I've been eating nothing but rice and beans for like a week, so anything would be fine." He goes, "Anything on your pizza?" And I'm trying to be the nice, like you're invited me in your home last minute, gave me a bed, water, whatever, shower. I've been sleeping, not in the greatest of places that didn't have like running water and stuff, so I don't know if I smell bad or whatever. And so he took me in, and I was like, "Get whatever pizza you eat, Gary. I probably like it."
Oh,
he goes, "I like pineapple." And I'm like, "Yeah, just get whatever you want. Like, you get what you like, I will eat it. Trust me. I've been eating rice and beans, which is good, by the way, but, it's like I want something different."
Yeah.
So we go out and get this pizza. He orders it and brings it back, and it is not something you normally eat on pizza. It's like
Unnatural.
buffalo hot sauce,
hmm
and that hot cheese,
Mhm.
pineapple, jalapeno peppers, some ghost pepper stuff in there, and like some hot. It's like I was like, "Who are you making this for? The devil? Like, what is this, man?" It's like as soon as he opened it up, stuff hits you in the face, like.
I'm excited.
I know, dude. You actually just got me excited.
Man, I had one slice and I felt like acid like going through my
So
and I'm
Bryce
like,
and I need to do a hot
Harry,
one.
man, like what? How do you? Dang! Like I was like, he's like, "Is it good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's I'm full, man." He's like, "How can you be full?" I'm 6'4", 270. I'm a big boy. And he's like, "How can you be full?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm full, but thank you, man." So, do I have any chips? I can wash this down. And I'm like laying in,
Begging for those rice
Just
and beans
bread.
again, huh?
He was gonna take me to the airport in the morning, and all I could think about was like, come cycle out.
Yeah.
And it's like, dang, if it's burning going in, it's gonna be burning coming out.
Oh,
Like that's all I
God.
need on the plane. So
Oh man, that's hilarious.
So is this actually a pizza he normally orders?
it's just normal, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was better.
And
or
then the
it would've been
coffee
better
that
if
he
he'd, like, been
drinks?
trolling.
On a party with that
Oh.
dude.
So Gary, he's recovering. You know, he has makes no whatever he talks about it, and so he doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs anymore or anything like that, and has been clean for some time. But his coffee is whatever that coffee is like I can't. I drink coffee, right? I could drink it like normal coffee. His coffee is like, I don't know where he gets it. It's got like death skull. Well, now I think this was before he started his own coffee brand. Right. It was like some kind of death, like it looked like death on the packaging. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I should drink that, man. He goes, dude, it's the strongest stuff you could legally buy as far as caffeine. And I'm like, what the freak, bro? I don't know if I should have that. So I had a little bit, and it was just like, I'm good, man. Let's go run a marathon. Holy crap.
Oh, that's awesome.
The guy is freaking amazing, man. But no, he took me in the house, and like, other than that, like we had a great time.
That's epic, dude. That's epic. No, I actually, my wife and I went, because like I said, she grows all these peppers and stuff, and like she'll do homemade barbecue sauces for me every year. She'll do homemade hot sauces and stuff like that, like fresh out of the garden. Like everything she puts in there outside of the apple cider vinegar is like grown in our garden, you know? And so I get just baller hot sauces every summer. And last year when my wife was making them, I was like, oh yeah, Gary likes hot food. I was like, I wonder how hot he likes his food. And my wife and I were like, man, we should try to send him some homemade fresh out of the garden hot sauce one of these, one of these. We were just talking about it. I don't think we were ever really serious about it.
He likes it pretty nuclear, that's for sure.
I can handle the last year I took a Komodo dragon pepper right out of my garden, and I threw it on my grill because my grill was still going. The charcoals were still hot. And so I roasted that thing, and then I cut it up and I ate it. It was the second hottest thing I've ever had in my life. And I know because that one actually hurt.
Yes.
that one hurt me, and I eat ghost pepper stuff on the regular, but when it's fresh off of the vine, it's very different. So, all right, let's get into some super chats. I would say real quick, but it ain't going to be real quick tonight because you guys have been absolutely insane in Rumble and in YouTube. So I'm gonna attempt to do like this back and forth between Rumble and YouTube and not absolutely fail. Oh man,
failure is inevitable.
Right. So Geek, come on over on Rumble for $5. This is at the beginning of the show. He says, "Show me, show you." Late Kikomon, late Kikomon. That's okay, Kikomon. You weren't that late, so you're only a little bit gay today. That's fine. It's fine.
It's okay to be late, Kikomon.
Christian, Magram. I picked a hell of a week to stop sniffing glue.
Airplane reference.
Oh God. Oh, that's great. Kikomon over on Rumble for $20. And that's where we get the applause. I need to cut my applause down. It's too long. But Kikomon for $20 over on Rumble says, being gay is a sin. One shall follow God and struggle against sin and reject sodomy. This is equivalent to not liking soy sauce. Repent, Royce. I thought Kikomon was going to either beat me and or never watch my show again when he found out I didn't like soy sauce.
Repent, sinner.
No, soy sauce. It's nasty. I don't like it.
Heretic.
I don't like it. It's not good. That and ketchup. Oh my God. Two things that never should have been made. Or whipped cream.
I know it's technically considered faux pas, but wasabi and soy sauce is awesome.
That actually, yeah, I can actually agree with that one. There's some weird stuff that happens with flavors there. Just Toxic for $10 on YouTube says watching Jay bully Royce about being a bad YouTuber is like watching a kid in a wheelchair bully a kid that takes a short bus comedy gold. God bless you both.
Well said, Toxic.
Right back at you.
Oh God. Oh man,
that's funny.
Toxic's our resident meanie.
Oh, he's great. He's great. Kikomon for $5 over in the Rumble chat says, fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom. Knowledge of the soy sauce results in good tasting food. Proverbs 9:10.
I missed that
I'll-
part.
I'll
I know,
allow it.
I know. It's you find a lot of interesting things from Kikomon. Wrangler for 420 says share the video. Yes, absolutely. That would be
And touch the
absolutely
like
epic
button.
if all of you guys would share the video. That would be wonderful.
And touch
Um,
the like button, people.
Yes, touch the like button, ladies, and be like Nemo. Touch that butt. Touch the like button. The button. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. You have to put up with all of my all of the things that have happened on my channel. the channel lore, as it were. Kikomon for $2 over on Rumble says, "Pride leads to conflict. Those who consume soy sauce are wise." Proverbs 13:10.
Well, they really on you about that stuff.
I know. Oh yeah,
That's
no.
Kikomon for
That's
you.
Kikomon. That's Kikomon.
Single-handedly propagandizing soy sauce.
No, wait. He fucking sent me a shirt.
I want one.
Okay.
Add it to my
It's gonna go on the
collection.
wall when I redo the wall. It's gonna go on the wall. Sorry.
Kikomon, DM me. I want one.
Oh man, yeah. Christian Magram, acknowledge the hedge. The world probably.
Does that mean we
God,
need to
that's
acknowledge Herman? Because we're not supposed to acknowledge Herman.
right, guys. We are at 71 likes on the YouTube right now,
Let's
which
go.
is the
Oh yeah.
most likes that we've ever had during the live stream. We've peaked it once the VOD goes up, but never during the actual live
Stop
stream.
it, Richard. We don't acknowledge the hedge.
Yeah. So I
No,
God,
these are
there's too
so
much
an
more.
awesome book.
There's so Jay, I've asked this question.
Yeah.
Is it ever strange for you to go to like another YouTube channel and there's like a lot of lore built up and a lot of like inside jokes that you're not inside of? Like, is that weird for people? I have to, because it's kind.
Nah.
No, okay.
I have the same stuff. Like when people give subs or memberships on my channel, I play like this Rose Tico dance, and I'm like, well, you're gonna have to watch this. So here we go. Like I think my chat likes to embarrass me with my guest as well. So I'm like,
Okay.
well, here we go. So yeah,
Good chat. Good.
I have
chat.
it on my, so I totally get it. I totally
Yeah,
get it. So
man.
I'll just let you work through your little problems and your soy sauce hate, while I sit here and just kind of, act like I'm interested.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you have acted like you were interested this whole time. That
Pretty
is
good at
awesome.
it, right? I'm pretty good
Dude,
at it.
it's great. I look forward to being blocked by you on Twitter tomorrow. It's gonna be great. He'll be calling like Gary and Jeremy, but like, hey, dude, this don't just don't,
Don't
just
do it.
avoid.
Not worth
Don't
it.
even go near the Iron Age for those guys.
Oh man. Kikomon, and his name is different on Rumble, but I know him. Kikomon for $2. It is better to be of a lowly spirit with the poor than to divide the soy sauce with the proud. Proverbs 16:19. Kikomon, you can tell. Here's the thing: you can tell how drunk Kikomon is by the progression of the jokes.
Mhm.
He's been around, but he's a
Usually
super cool.
it's dad jokes.
Yeah,
Today,
usually he does a
because
lot of
it's-
dad jokes. Like, oh, you know what? It's Good Friday though. That's
Yeah, because
probably
it's
why
Good
he's
Friday.
yeah,
It's
okay.
Proverbs jokes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes
He's
sense.
on theme.
He is. He is. Trucker Rob says, "Oh hey, it's these people. What's going on, Trucker Rob? That is I
Hi.
feel like
Trucker Rob.
okay. Thank God you know him because I was like, wait, have you been in my chat? I have literally said hello to somebody in my chat like 3 weeks in a row, and I'm like, man, that's a new name. Thanks for being here. And the guy was like, dude, I've been here for like a month, and I'm like, oh,
I like the name Trucker Rob. That's nice. Hi, Trucker Rob.
He's a good dude.
I'm drunk.
good.
Not 3 p.m.
I'm
No,
drunk.
you're not. Your head is firmly
damn.
above the back of the chair.
I sat up to eat beef jerky. That's the only reason. Trust me, I'm drunk.
Don't lie. Oh God.
It's hard
Kikomon
to
for
eat beef jerky when you're falling off your chair.
right. Kikomon for $2 says, Do you see a man who is wise without soy sauce? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Proverbs 26:12. What the fuck? Oh,
The Book of Soy.
Herman P. Hunter, The Lore Forge, which actually you were just holding up his book, one of his books a minute
We
ago.
don't acknowledge the hedge.
We don't acknowledge the hedge. No,
But The Wizard Stone is an awesome book.
yeah, the Wizards. No, and that is, he says, Royce, will share one of your profound wigisms with the audience. You fuckers.
Wig of Destiny.
Yes. What you don't realize, Jay, is this is not actually my real hair. This is the wig of destiny. I just roll with it. It's
I can get you a hat.
I don't wear them.
EyeLineApparel.com. It's in the description.
No, he has
There
to
we
wear
go.
the Wig of Destiny.
Feel good about your purchase. It helps veterans.
See?
Anything that has rebellion on it goes to help the veterans. So
Nicely
love that.
No,
done.
absolutely, and that is in the 99 apparel is in the description of the live stream as well. So if you guys want to go check that out,
Let's get some swag. I'll hit it up.
yeah,
Man, I'm drunk. I just stumbled over my word.
my word. Kikomon for $10. King Richard. Kikomon for $10 over on Rumble. King Richard, will you wear your crown at the end of your campaign?
Yes. Well, actually,
Okay.
maybe I should make it a stretch goal. If it
No.
hits like if
Dude.
it hits 15K.
Celebration.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
you
gonna
should-
wear it regardless, but I'm
you
gonna
should
say
do-
15K.
Anvil car magnets with the anvil and then like a crown getting like hammered out.
I'm not gonna lean into the meme that hard. I did post on Twitter the other day. I was at Harbor Freight and I turned around and I looked and there were anvils for sale and I was
Okay.
like, and I just posted like a picture of them on,
It was
Twitter
a
is
blue
a joke.
anvil.
and all of the replies were either do it or don't waste your money at Harbor Freight. You need to go to a farm sale or you need to go and get a better anvil. And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to like go on Facebook Marketplace or something whenever I'm back home and more out in the country and find an old anvil or something.
That's
So-
epic.
Yeah, that's my that's gonna be a purchase eventually. But I'm not spending more than like I don't know.
purchase eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna spend more than like $100 on an anvil. I don't know. But,
But you're
What we
gonna
all need in our home. We need an anvil. That's
well, you do need an Anvil magazine in your home.
Correct.
Everybody does, yes. But
Segway show.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
segue shit. Yeah, and now, dude, I can't believe that, like you got with Razor Fist, and he's doing a 10-page preview of his thing in Anvil. Like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, I've really been blown away by the support from various people. It's you know, it's been very cool, and I think that you know, like I've been saying, that it's just the beginning of all this, and we're at the very kind of the front edge of the wave here because it's just a recognition of what people have been doing for years. You know, obviously Jay's been going at it for a long time to get to this point, and you know, there's been years and years of effort put in. So I'm just fortunate to be able to acknowledge that and, you know, highlight that.
Yeah.
So many good stories too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, both of you guys worked on it, and 365 worked on it. Got
Hmm
I am every single week in the presence of highly motivated people, and the one thing about, if you ever want to be a motivated person, hang out with people who are motivated, because like you don't want to be the one dude that's not like that's not, you know, motivated to better yourself. When you hang out with people who are constantly pushing forward and constantly breaking their own new bests, like you don't want to be the guy that's just like, no, I'm just eating Cheetos on the couch. You're like, oh man, they just ran a 10K marathon. Well, man, maybe I should at least get on the treadmill. Like, you know what I mean? Like hanging out with motivated people.
Greatness every day.
Yeah, it's.
you have to, man. You have to be around like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to.
Yep.
No, absolutely.
If not, like it makes it more difficult.
Mhm.
Well,
I
and I
agree.
think that's a big
I
part of
agree.
it. You know, what you're doing and why FNT has been successful, you know, and Geeks and Gamers. And like you said, now you guys are getting invited to conventions and stuff. You know, there's community building around all that. And it's very important. You know, it's a very important thing to do.
Age of the Geek, baby.
Age of the Geek. I'm down. Christian Magram for $5 over on YouTube says, Royce, I see your wig is as large as mine. Darth Helmet.
We got a Mel Brooks night over here.
Oh, I know.
Oh, wait, was Airplane Mel Brooks? No, I don't think it was.
No, Airplane wasn't Mel Brooks. That was
Yeah,
no,
never mind. Sorry,
wait.
I was confused.
I don't remember.
who did that.
I don't remember.
I'll find out.
There you go. Little Andean for $5 over on Rumble. He says, Jay, can you get Royce on FNT? Okay, thanks. What the fuck?
Anything is possible. But I've got a long list of people saying, "Can you get so and so on FNT?"
Yeah,
So
no. How about this? Do me this favor, Jay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I am glad that you were here tonight, and I hope that just you just wake up tomorrow and just forget about me. I'm good with it. I got you here. I got to use you for my channel just a little bit. It's fine after that. We don't need to pretend like we're besties. It's fine.
Airplane was not Mel Brooks.
Oh God.
It was the Zucker brothers.
Oh,
Okay. I didn't think it was Mel Brooks. Oh.
I couldn't remember.
Just toxic.
drink.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Go
terrible
ahead.
at this. I'm so terrible at this.
Toxic. What does Toxic say?
Just
Something.
toxic for $5 says important question, and he yells that one. And he says, "Does Jay wear a wig of destiny just like Royce?" Don't lie, Jay. The truth always comes out. # Yellow Flash exposed.
Nah, no wig here.
I was going earlier in the week, and I got swamped at work, and then I'm having to go out and help build nesting boxes for chickens for my wife, so I couldn't do it. But earlier in the week, I was going to make the joke and just be like, man, I am so happy that Yellow Flash agreed to go. I wasn't going to tag Yellow Flash, but because I know you follow me on Twitter, so I was going to.
It's hilarious.
Oh, dude, I was going to, I almost did that this week, and I was like, no, I don't know everybody involved in that joke, and you and I are only we follow each other on
Yellow
Twitter,
Flash
so.
had a booth at Anime Matsuri, and he could only be there on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a family. He had to go back. So
Right.
Saturday, I sat at his booth, and it had a big sign that said Yellow Flash, and I'm smiling, and Brian thought it was funny because people were coming up to me going, "Oh, hey, Yellow Flash, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel." I'm like, yeah. So Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers took my picture, and I'm just like just so cheesy, and it says Yellow Flash. They had big signs for us,
remember this.
And I'm sitting there with a thumbs up. And he posted on Twitter, he goes, "It was so nice to finally meet Yellow Flash. He's a really handsome man." Some stupid like that.
I remember that.
And all his freaking haters were like, "Oh my God, he finally showed his face. What an ugly, fat, ugly man." They just went on and on. This one person, I'm sitting there like, what? Like, what? Who are these people? This one lady, she was just like, "He's so ugly." And I'm like, "Okay, let me see what you look like." I'm like, "Okay, now, come on, man. Like, you were a model or something, fine. I'll take your criticism, but no, you look like you're related to the Hutts. So, there is no reason for you to say that I'm ugly. Like, we don't even see your feet when you walk. It's like you're gliding." So,
God. Oh.
yeah, they came out of the woodwork for like a week. They were attacking me. They used my picture and everything. They're like, "This is Yellow Flash. Let's get him." And I'm like, and Yellow Flash, that was so funny. And he would like lean into it. He would come. He's like, "Please don't expose me. I wasn't supposed to show my face." And these weirdos were like, "Oh, we got you, Yellow Flash." I'm like, "What are you doing, man?"
That's
Gets
awesome,
you in some
dude.
trouble.
He thought it was so funny that they were attacked, and I didn't. That's not. As long as it's not like we're like death threat stuff, like it doesn't really bother me. Twitter's Twitter. I made a video and I'm like, I'm gonna make some money off these people. So
There you go.
Good plan.
Oh man.
Nice.
Oh man. I remember when that happened. And I will say this because I remember when Jeremy said, he goes, these people are so like stupid.
yeah,
They don't even realize they're like attacking the wrong person.
and I'm like
that's
putting
how-
it in the chat. I'm like, no, I'm drunk 3PO, and I'm like posting new pictures of me, and they're like, look, he's lying. He's attacking a poor YouTuber, and I'm like, oh dang, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They won't even
So
believe
you were getting it
you.
from like two fronts. You were
Mm.
dude, that's terrible.
Wild.
Oh
It was
man.
awful for like a freaking week and a half, and I'm just like, I hate you all.
Oh, dude, I remember that. It was it was funny for those of us that follow.
It
you
is
guys.
funny. I don't
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
it, but like that's why it's just a joke.
After a few days, though, it probably got a little old, right?
Mm.
Like you probably just like,
I
all right.
mean, it is what it is. You kind of like get to the point where you're like, look at this stupid, like look at this idiot here, and then you get blocked by all of them, and then they're still talking about you behind a block wall, and you're just like, oh well, whatever. If I brought some joy to their lives, then it is what it is.
There you go. Geekomon over on Rumble for $5 says, why not partner with a printing press company collectively? Get business for them, use a discount for printing books, and use their warehouse and shipping infrastructure for deliveries.
Well,
Easier said than done, I think,
that's
but
really a
not
volume.
not a bad idea if a bunch of people got together to do it, right? Maybe, or am I wrong?
So
here?
for
I'm
what
working on it.
I mean, what I learned is you've got to
Hi, Steph.
have like 50. Hey, Steph, like 50,000 copies to print. So like that's why shipping and printing is more expensive for us smaller creators because we're
Mhm.
only printing like 1,000, you know, and it's like whatever they got to do to their machines to switch over the ink and stuff for the next thing. But when you have like bigger bulk, you know, if I was printing 50,000 books, then it would be a lot cheaper to print because companies would be like, okay, this guy's serious.
Mhm.
Let's make a deal. That's why Marvel and all them are able to print and ship at like pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
Because they've got deals with postal services and stuff like that we can't
Yeah,
get yet because we're
it's-
not big enough.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not even that we're not big enough. It's like they pulled up the drawbridge. You know, they pulled up. The
Oh,
ladder.
that too. but
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. Some of these arrangements, if you look into them, like you just
How do you know Steph?
You can't.
Did I just cut you off, Richard? I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm just saying you can't even make them as a private individual. You have to go and it's ridiculous.
I only know Steph through like she actually I don't even know how she found my channel, but she found my channel and she shows up on my Sunday streams and jumps in the chat with everybody once in a while. And then
She's a guest you should have on. She's awesome.
Here's my problem is I am so out of the loop, but like this, we're trying to make this show for like authors and you know movie producers and the people who are
Creators.
putting out books and things like that. However, there may always be room for an extra guest on the show to help ask the questions for the guests who
She's
were trying
excellent. She's excellent with that stuff.
Well, dude, so
Oh,
she
good. Then I
so
can
she-
just get drunk quietly.
she sent me, she jumps in on my live chat one week on Sunday and she's like, hey, you got a shout out on I can't remember, I think it was like Tuesday night's main event, or no, it was Friday Night Tights, I think it was. Hey, somebody shouted you out. And I was like, oh, and I missed, I couldn't find who shouted me out because I genuinely, because a lot of people who like shout me, like they're in my Gilded, right? I have my Gilded server and I wanted to go and say thank you to them, right? At least just shoot them a DM. Hey, thank you so much. And so I reached out to Steph. I was like, hey, do you happen to remember who did the shout out? Or no, it's Tuesday night's main event because she produces on that show. And she goes, no, I don't. She goes, I looked for it. I'm so sorry. I couldn't find. I'm like, why are you apologizing to me? Like I was like, thank you. And so the next Tuesday night's main event, a couple of my subscribers ended up shouting me out again. And she starts DMing me like the screenshots or like she's taking pictures with her phone and like DMing me on Twitter like, hey, these people are shouting you out, like, really happy for you. And I was just like, man, wow. Like, thank you so much. And so Steph is just, she's
That
really,
deserves
really
an
cool.
invite, man. Come on.
Be
Be a good YouTuber, man.
I should. All right. I will figure out how to be a good YouTuber.
We have to behave ourselves, though.
It's
With
true.
Steph?
Yeah,
you don't.
Steph. No, Steph can hang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
She can take it and dish it like better than most.
Have you seen some of the
Fantastic.
stuff? Yeah.
I have not, so I'm just assuming.
Anthony Rondinelli, member for 4 months, says, you got drunk 3PO? Damn, son, you going places. Thank you. He's a member for 4 months. Thank you so much, man. No, dude, no, I don't know if you missed it, Anthony, but Drunk 3PO, he does a lot of charity work. And so that's
This
This
is
is my Make-A-Wish quota for the month.
oh man. Oh god. Where was I? I am completely lost at this point.
We were
Okay,
on Pokemon suggesting a collaborative printing.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Working on it. It's slow, but I'm working on it.
expensive, lots of overhead.
And I think he's on to something in a group of people coming together to make it happen though, instead of just putting it on like one guy. There is merit.
It's always going to be on one guy. The cost has to be on someone's head.
Well,
I can probably weather it with what capital I have. I just want to try and get as cheap a quote I can on the materials as possible before I go into it.
Okay.
So it may take a couple of months, but we'll get there.
What the heck happened? So my StreamYard chat just completely shut down.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
All
My
right, let's see if I can.
A
check
drink
this
with
out.
crazy technical issues.
Yeah, no, the StreamYard chat just stopped. It's just so I'm gonna start having to catch like super chats as they're coming in, as well as read the ones that I have saved. Okay, so Kikomon for $5. This one is Jay won't understand the Kikomon super chats without hearing the Kikomon song. Okay, all right. You know what? Actually, now is probably a good time to play the Kikomon song.
Yes, let's do it.
Jay,
Prepare yourself.
it's either like you're either gonna have a blast with this, or I'll be blocked by you on Twitter tomorrow. It's fine.
It's time for the Kikomon song. Hurry up.
I'm trying to hurry up. Things are coming in quite rapidly as they do. So yes. So this is the Kikomon song, Jay. This has been played on Shadiversity's channel. It has been played on Friday Night Tights. It has been played on John Della Rosa's channel. It has been played on my channel. It has been played on Michael Bancroft's channel. Kikomon spends a lot of money to get this song that inspired his internet persona out there. So this is the Kikomon song.
It's dance time.
It does stand time. It's actually it's fun.
Yes.
Show me, show you, Kikoman, Kikoman, show me, show
This
you,
is wild, man.
Kikoman.
It gets wilder.
It gets better. It gets better.
大豆の星からやってきたいかつあいつはキッコーマン醤油は体にいいんだぜさっきさようの
That's soy sauce?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's Royce who goes in the corner.
Shut up. Shut
How
up.
stupid am I?
Shut up. Oh, God.
What the heck? Like randomly in a sleeping with somebody? Oh my gosh. Is this a TV commercial?
No, this is just an old like flash something that somebody did years ago.
Yes.
Like the internet, it's just like that is just pure internet, I
The
believe.
internet is forever.
That is awesome.
Okay, so now do you get the Kikomon stuff?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I should have done that a little earlier.
that's pretty awesome.
Oh,
And that is
man.
what the salute is for. Keep
Yes,
going.
yes, that is absolutely.
I wish I could kick like that.
When I was a kid in martial arts, I could, and now as a 31-year-old man, I cannot.
It's a bit
Is-
difficult when you
Yeah, yeah.
And my
it is.
hamstrings will be like, yeah? You want to know what pain is really like? Go ahead.
That one time.
Yep.
Try to kick like that. See what happens.
Dude, that's not a lie, man. If you don't stretch those, oh man, dude.
Like, try to tell you. Not only that, now your back's all messed up, spine.
Oh yeah, oh dude, mine would be my hips would probably die. I'd just be like, you
Yep.
know, I'm just gonna lay on the floor for a few hours. I'll be all right. It's fine. Go
I
on
know.
without me.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all just go ahead.
Oh god. Herman P. Hunter, the Lore Forge, over on Rumble for $5 says,
Herman.
back Anvil. Back it.
Yes.
Yes,
Back
absolutely.
Anvil.
Back Anvil, absolutely. And Richard, obviously, you can drop those links.
Yeah, I'm already I'm loaded up for the shill. Here we go. There we go.
There you go.
If you have not, get in while you can.
Daniel.
I told you.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna
So
get
great.
a.
I love it.
I'm
I
gonna get a
think-
measuring tape for his chair that we just like tape onto his chair so you can tell, and it's gonna have like a little bit
Like
drunk,
Velcro.
right? Yeah, it's like a little bit drunk, a little bit more drunk, very drunk. when he's just a hand talking on the show, you know he's hammered.
That's awesome.
Oh,
love it.
Oh.
My type of
Yeah.
people.
He only
Drink number
drinks.
4.
He drinks once a week, and it's on this show. People come on the show. You know what? I don't drink very often, but when you're live, I drink with Crazy. I drink, and I'm like, oh, wow! I'm inspiring people to be alcoholics. That's what. Look at what I've done with my. Look at
For
me,
one
Mom.
night a week. One night a week, I get lit on this stream.
Yeah, it's a good time. It is a good time, though. All right, Christian Magram for $5. One Punch Man was a free webcomic, and the art was subpar at best, but now it's a super popular manga and anime
True.
because of the love of good storytelling. Yeah, and I think that came in during when I'm like my stick figure, right? Like the stick figure comic. So, and then yes, I know, Richard. I'm not
I'm
like
just making sure.
sure.
Leave some shill time. That's all.
I literally was gonna read this thing and then give him the shill time, and now you're making me yell at you,
Hey,
which is
hey.
cutting into his shill time. So this is your fault.
Oh, I see.
See how I
Yes.
did that? Do you see how I did that there?
Don't speak that way to our liege.
I'm
Beheading.
sorry, my king. Please don't beat me like that this week. I'm sorry, Jay. I apologize, good sir.
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Oh.
Sending DMs to people about you. As
What not to do on a live stream.
That's fantastic. Well,
Get
Jay,
drunk and fall off your chair in
I know
some-
that you got to get going because you've been streaming for like most of the day and would probably like to stand up at some point.
Yeah.
That'd be helpful.
So I
Gotta
want
go
to
to
say
bed.
just, dude, thank you so much for.
No, man, thank you. It's been a blast. I definitely would love to do this again.
Thank you.
Give him an open invite.
I could give him an open invite. I there's only one other person that has an open invite, but if you would like an open invite, I can shoot you a StreamYard link on Fridays if
Mike
you want,
gets the
and you
open
can just pop
invite,
in
Jay
here and
gets the
there
open
when you
invite.
want to. So
No, man,
Um,
it's been awesome, and I do appreciate the invite. And for Richard, if I don't know if you could DM me, but have this guy DM me your project.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
and let me take a look at it and see, because
And also,
I think I want some dice. So
oh, okay. All right. And also, if you're going to be out in Houston for Anime Matsuri, anytime you're out this way, hit me up.
I think I got a table.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, if you haven't, you need to plan on. That'll be in September or late August, I think. So you should definitely have some copies of Achromatic Blue for sale there.
Oh
If you
yeah,
haven't already
I
planned
think
on
like
doing that.
after we close all that stuff down, then I'll probably order another 50 just to have.
Do like 100. I bet.
Yeah?
I bet you could sell 100.
Yeah, easy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that goes. Jay, you have the link. What are you talking about?
really?
Was I supposed to
I
read
just-
that?
He called you out.
Dude, you are just
Send
as
me the
bad as
link.
my,
I got
you
you, I
are.
got
You are
Appreciate it.
just as bad as my chat. You're just like
I
no.
am a terrible YouTuber. I don't know why anybody watches when I go live, but they seem to enjoy my misery and pain. But no,
That's
your
what
chat has been
YouTubing is all
awesome.
about.
Chat is the MVP. Sorry, chat. I wish I could see you more often. His StreamYard keeps crashing, and I have no idea who's watching. So,
You don't
I
have the
appreciate-
YouTube pop out chat up?
no,
I
man.
always-
I'm
I
not
always
giving you
have-
an extra view.
I'm
You gotta
not
earn
giving-
that.
You don't even have to. I'm not giving you an extra view.
Love it.
You gotta earn
Perfect.
that, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the blue balls in the chat, man. It's freaking awesome. I do
great.
have it up. So I have it here. Like I'll show you. Look, just to prove my point, I'll show you. I've had it here the whole time. So
Oh god.
you can see where our face. This is can you share my screen, please?
No, I'm not good at this. I'm like, hey, Mike came back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All
right,
right.
go.
So let me just
forget it.
let me just show you where I paused it. This is right before Daniel fell into some black hole abyss of alcohol and cheese or something like that. Richard looks very sad here.
Alcohol and beef jerky.
Doesn't know what's going on. He's a little confused. And
That is,
Royce,
that is a
I
very
don't know.
depressed looking screen of
Yeah,
people.
look, we're all looking at Richard because he must have done something. I don't know what it is. That's just,
It's always Richard's fault.
It
I
is
swear.
his fault. It is.
That's where it is. No, but thank you for the invite, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
of
it.
course.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming,
it.
man.
Dude,
Great
just
to talk with you, Jay.
thank you seriously for like I know your schedule's been busy because you have been I think you have been on almost every channel on YouTube in the last like 2 months. Like you are on and seriously that's really cool to see is like you giving back to all the small creators like us and just trying to hop on their streams because in all fairness, like you coming on this show probably helps me out a lot more than it helps you out, but you're willing to do it and thank you for that, man. Seriously, like you've not just done it for this channel, you've done it for a ton of other channels, even smaller than mine. And honestly, with all of the work that you've done in the past and how passionate you are with this project, you deserve all the success coming your way.
I appreciate it.
For sure, man.
Thank you. Well, you finished strong, man. Finish strong.
Right?
We don't
I
need
will-
it.
Strong.
I will finish
Thank you.
broken and not looking anyone in the eyes as I normally do.
And for all of you in the chat, if you want to go to a real YouTuber, go to Drunk 3PO and you can unsubscribe from this channel.
Nice.
Oh,
And
There you
Nip,
go.
that's awesome.
Mike, it was like having you on stream
I know.
all
I'm so
night.
glad he could be here while I'm sick.
That was great. Are
My
you?
role for me?
And the
Oh.
role of Mike is Jay.
Oh man.
I was dying, dude. I was laughing so hard I was killing myself. I was like, just like hacking.
I
up
was
my
already gonna
monitor.
back, but now I'm gonna do a higher
Yeah.
tier. I think after that.
He's like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him
outro.
more money.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, he's like, he sends it. He buys it, donates the book to somebody else, sends him a price. Hey, so I just backed a really high tier. Can you come and beat up Royce again?
You'd be lucky
no,
if you don't get blocked.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, well, I'll be blocked. I'll be blocked tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah. So the reason I came in was actually to correct the guy about One Punch Man.
Oh,
Get him.
Christian
The whole-
Magrum.
Oh, go ahead.
That's this one right here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just
So
pulling up the
this
super
is
chat.
this is partially accurate. It's just not all the information. So the guy who wrote One Punch Man drew the original One Punch Man webcomic, and he gave himself a year to be successful, and at the end of the year, he was like, all right, I gave myself a year. This was my dream. Obviously, it's not panning out because nobody read his freaking comic.
Mhm.
And so he put a notice out that he was going to end this thing and go get a real job and whatever. But the artist who now draws One Punch Man was a huge fan of the story. And he's like, you can't end this. He's all, I will draw your book. So it's like
That's
some
cool.
random dude, and like Jim Lee's like, you know, I'll draw your book for you. And then so he came on, and that's why One Punch Man looks like he
Mhm.
does, because that's the way
Mhm.
the original artist drew it, like that real simple circle,
Yeah.
simple
Mhm.
face, all that stuff. But everybody else is all drawn like this other artist does it, and then when he like gets all mad and stuff, he does. But that's the whole origin of that story. He's
And-
also based on Anpanman. I don't know if you're familiar. Anpanman is.
Yeah.
Are you?
Not familiar with that. I've heard that before though, because I've watched. A lot of friends of mine are interested in a lot of different topics, and so when they mention to me that they're interested in something, I go and I'll watch videos about it on YouTube, so that way I can learn more of what my friends are interested about.
Mhm.
So, I have heard that he was inspired by the Anpanman.
Yeah. You know what Anpanman is?
No, I do not, because it's been a while since I've seen that.
He's like
breakdown video.
He's like who would I compare him
Big
to?
head children's character.
No.
Oh
well,
yeah, no.
basically,
I
yeah.
remember exactly who it is. Yeah. As soon
but
as yeah.
it's a character for Anpan. Anpan is bread. And
But
it's-
he was
so
he
it-
was
it
a
would be
side
like-
character in a show, not even a side character,
Yeah,
like
I can bring it up.
It's like
Yeah,
the
like-
Japanese version of
he was-
Popeye, but with
he
bread.
was a one-off. He was a one-off character in a show. Yeah, no, absolutely. Let me scrolling through the Rumble chat. The Rumble chat took off tonight. Redoubt Productions over on Rumble for $5 says, now we are engaged in a great culture war, testing whether that culture or any culture so conceived and
I think
so
culture-
dedicated can long. You have to see the chat. And I can't pull it up on YouTube because
Oh, okay.
yeah, can long endure. Absolutely. No, Redoubt
Right,
Productions.
right on the
He's
screen.
awesome. All right, sweet. Yeah, I do remember this.
Yeah.
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 So you can go and there's, you know, buy bread with Anpanman on it and all this kind of stuff. It's just,
yeah.
that's the whole background story on how that all came to be. It's a really great story. My cousin from Japan actually told it to me.
I love how you're dying and you had to come on the show to talk about One Punch Man. Like,
Or more specifically, Anpanman.
Anpanman.
Well,
yeah.
he had to come on the show to correct somebody.
That's right.
yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Sorry, someone on the internet is wrong. I'll be back. And with that,
That's
by the way, Shadow the Conqueror, 5 hours left. If you haven't gotten it by now,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
get on there.
I don't know.
Is that
what
on
you're waiting for.
Indiegogo?
Yeah, let's get that link down in the chat.
Yeah.
If we can.
We're at 612 backers, 52,460.
Sir, are you good? Like, you genuinely sound like you need some rest.
He's
I
sick.
think- That's why I haven't been streaming.
Yeah, the man is sick. He had enough strength to come on and correct a geek on the internet. Now he's got to go rest.
This is his final
correct.
act.
Mike, your
I got
face
you,
is the
brother.
same color as your background.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have
Feel
a
better.
good one.
Happy
Get
Easter.
better,
Good night.
sir. Get better.
Yes.
Take
Feel
care of
better.
yourself. Oh my god. God, I love that guy.
Yep.
And the whole time he's trying to still like keep going, and I'm like, dude, like you're dying. Like just go die and resurrect tomorrow. It's fine. Grim down in the chest. It sounds fine to me.
Yeah, as long as you get to the end with 1 HP, you're fine.
You're fine. You're fine. It's fine. Kikomon for $10 over on. And I think you actually covered this, Richard. Thank you for doing that. It was Jay. What is your favorite genre of music, band, and do you like soy sauce? Stare.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, sorry I missed the second half of that.
Yeah. God,
Missed, he says.
John A. Douglas for $4.99 over on YouTube says, up with indie creators and down with the mainstream corpo complex. Put hola in the chat if you think we need Jay on the Signal Boost. Oh, that would be cool to get him over on Signal Boost on John A. Douglas's channel.
That'd be cool.
Well, he's part of the Geeks and Gamers family, isn't he?
Who?
Both of them.
What? No, John A. Douglas is
John A. Douglas isn't he part of Geeks and Gamers
No.
tabletop?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm
John, are you part of the Geeks and
I'm
Gamers
drunk,
tabletop?
but I'm fairly
Yeah, I
certain
think
he
so.
is.
I'm like 90%. Is he?
Yes.
I'm
Dude,
like,
here's the thing.
drunk,
I was
but I
on
think
his channel.
you could just yeah.
I was on his channel and didn't know. Oh no, he works in and around it. I don't think he's on the show though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keep
Fuck.
moving. I'll correct
Yeah, I'm just fuck. Yeah. One of my favorite royalty-free music, Edgar Hop, Army of Angels, for $10 over on Rumble. Thank you so much, Kikomon. So go check out Edgar
right back.
Hop, Army of Angels.
I can walk.
Maji Chan for $5 says, I understand how it happens now. Like when the guest is like, hey guys, I gotta go. And you're like, yeah, no. And then like, we've never had super chats outlast the guest before. That is a first for this show. Maji Chan for $5 says, Drunk 3PO, welcome to A Drink with Crazy. It's been a blast and amazing to see you on Iron Age Nights. I am so sorry I couldn't read that to Maji Chan. To Maji
Would have
Chan,
been a
I'm so
nice
sorry.
thing for him to hear.
It would have been a nice. I was trying. I was
Sorry.
like, it's terrible. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Kikomon for $10 over on Rumble says, don't forget the holy song, Royce. I didn't. You shall find the right path one day. Absolutely not. No, never. I refuse. Just Toxic for $5 over on YouTube says, actual question. Hey, Jay, who's your favorite underrated pirate in history? Mine is Captain Monkey D. Luffy. Why do I
That's-
feel...
It's well, I won't go into it.
Toxic? No. He's already giving me crap. Everybody's just like, yeah. He's like, except for RH Snow. She's saying this was a great show. Everybody else, terrible. You're all terrible. Kikomon for $100 over on Rumble. Jeez, Kikomon. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Motivate Jay now so he knows what Kikomon is about. Show him the song. Context matters. I showed him the song.
Seriously? How much was it this time? I had to.
100.
Ugh.
Thank you, sir. Very generous.
Thank you. Thank you, Kikomon.
Kikomon, we love you.
Oh, Daniel finally did it. He went under the chair. No, I think he just got up. One
Yeah,
of
I
these
had
days
to
it'll happen.
walk away
Actually,
from the chair for a
that
second.
that's one of the things that I really want to work out is an Iron Age Nights where we all get together like for realsies, in the same room and do an Iron Age Nights, because that would be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that at IronCon 2020.
Yeah.
Yes. IronCon.
Before
There was
then,
a lot. That's probably not. I feel like that started somewhat as a joke, and then as the night went
It's
on
not
that
a
night,
joke.
it's not a joke anymore.
It's not a joke.
No.
Reality.
Right. Christian Magram for $2 says The Legend of Shalar grows.
Mm-hmm.
God. And then James Esparza for $5 says,
Hi, James.
discover the world without end lore on Substack, monthly magazine, and short stories. Dark fantasy sci-fi world. Spelled strange to bypass censors. Yes. I get no, yeah, that's why. Yeah, because he kind of did some funky stuff in there in the YouTubes because YouTube sucks. Which if you guys chat over on Rumble don't do that. And that's the
good.
benefit. Rumble will even let you share your links over there, even if you're not a moderator. So that is the
Rumble
benefit.
good.
They're getting better. They need to work on their mobile app.
Yeah, and a couple other things.
I don't get me wrong, like Rumble is doing really well for the channel lately, but my good lord, they need to work on their mobile app.
I'm working on some content.
There you go. Kikomon for $5 says, wish I had that attitude with a number 2. 5 minutes to a year. My intestine cannot handle that. Kikomon, what the Christian.
Maybe that was during the spicy conversation.
Yeah, it was. No, that was during the when everybody was talking in it when you guys were talking about, just like do your thing, like don't care about what people are telling you. And I was like, my like the biggest thing in my life is like don't like the 5 minutes. Oh no, I'm just gonna sit down and not do that thing that I should be doing, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna take like that's what, yeah. Because honestly, that's the thing that really gets to me. Like, it's not like screw what other people say to me. I don't really care.
Do the thing you want to. Yeah, you don't want to do it for 10 minutes.
Dude, I am my own worst enemy in that regard. And
if you don't make it past the 10 minutes, that's fine. You've made 10 minutes progress on it. But generally speaking, by the time 10 minutes of doing the thing has passed, you'll just be in the flow of doing it.
Gotcha. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Sorry, I'm laughing in my head at the super chats. I apologize.
Yes, more super chats.
Kikomon for $5 over on Rumble says, start with the Kikomon song next time before reading my super chats. Guest needs context.
No context, Kikomon.
No, because it makes the jokes funnier. Dude, Jay laughed his ass off. He was just like, this is amazing. Oh, that was great. He's such a great guy. That was really cool to have him on.
That was.
Christian Magram for $5. Did you hear about the war vet who turned trans and opened up a store called Rubber Balls and Liquor?
I like that. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That made Richard facepalm, though.
Yeah, that's great. Grim's got the UK Google Play Store has region locked the Rumble app over in the UK. So yeah. No, Rumble's got a long way to go. They've got a long way to go. So
but we
Raven Nevermore wants me to do vids on raising chickens, possibly. Might do one tomorrow. Might do a short tomorrow. Because we're gonna bring the girls out. Why are you? No, you're not gonna update in the middle of a stream, tablet.
Yes, you are.
No, it's not gonna update, even though nobody's chatting on locals, which is fine because they're all over on Rumble. Which
tablet's like, I'm gonna update now. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, I know. Fuck you, tablet. Maji Chan for $5. Jay, you can't run away without knowing Royce wears the wig of destiny and is the #1 Iron Age booty daddy.
I'm sure.
Now you it's safe to leave. Oh, now you it's safe to leave the chat. LOL. Maji Chan, you turned against me. Why? Just toxic. Jay, with your love of pirates, how have you not made a Moby Dick parody merch of the Captain J Hab hunting the accursed whale Moby Renfamous? I wish I could have gotten to these before Jay left. I was trying to get. I understand now. like this is the first time this has happened. And I get it now.
You know, I read
That's why
that,
you read
and at
Super
first I
Chat.
didn't read accursed, and I was like, as the descriptor for the whale, I was like, oh dear.
What did you read?
I misread it as aroused for a second. I was like, oh,
Oh boy.
I chuckled. I'm not sure
And
where
Richard's
it was. But
not drunk.
Randomly
I
makes
know.
like a little randomly chuckle for no reason in the middle of the conversation because I read that. I was like, what the fuck?
God, that's great. Oh god. Maji-chan for $5 says, if there ever was a show to post clips from, it's this one, Royce. Yeah, I will get on Trippy, and hopefully he will be able
Poor
to get me.
Trippy's going to be working overtime with this one.
Yeah, I might actually have to DM him and be like, hey, bro, can you get me some timestamps for this by like Sunday-ish? Or at least like Sunday night, so that way I can actually post them during the week. But yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one to post the clips of. And gentlemen, I think we got there. I think we have. We've done it. We've done all of the super chats. We've done all of the super chats. Our guest has probably currently blocked us on Twitter.
Yeah, most likely.
So that's the thing. Which is awesome, by the way.
And we will never see Jay again.
Right. We'll never see Jay. He's like, I'm taking notes. Like, oh, man. Oh, but what the funny thing was is if we would actually be blocked by him tomorrow on Twitter, like I would be like, wow, oh, wow, I didn't realize it was that bad. Damn. Like, I can't even ask the guy what we did now.
I'd just be like, fair enough.
Right. Kikomon sends in $1 on Rumble. Boo. All right.
We can't start the show with the Kikomon song. Sorry, man.
Yeah, we can't do it. We can't do it. Mr. Daniel P. Riley, good sir. You're working on stuff. You're doing things. You're moving. You're shaking. I've got Whimsyland down in the chats. So you guys can
email sign up currently because my website's still being updated.
Can you not do that?
What? We're fighting with figuring out the payment system. That's the only issue.
Oh god, I've heard that is a nightmare from the people that I know who've had to
it's
do
gonna
it.
Take a while.
Yeah.
Everything else is set up and it's beautiful. It's just we're working out the payment system.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully you work that out soon. And until then, guys, stay tuned to Daniel on all of the forms of social medias that he's on, so that way you guys can
all of the one that I'm on.
Well, that's fine.
Well, you're also on Discord.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with Gloria.
And guys, you can go and you can poke and prod him over in my Gilded as well.
That's
true.
true.
He is actually, you're one of the more active people in my guild. I
try to be every morning with the Morning Brewsters and be available to talk for a couple of hours at least.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the Whimsyland. Or not the Whimsyland, but the Lord.
Kikomon for $20 on Rumble.
Hey,
Says, hail Daniel. Hail King Richard. Gay Royce is okay.
That's true.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you can follow me and DM me on Twitter at Mr. DP Riley if you so desire, and feel free. I'm happy to talk with anybody about their projects and try and help you make them happen. That's what I do.
Absolutely. No, man, good. You do a lot of good work. You've helped a lot of people out from who I've talked to. So, like,
Ryan,
he's getting some street cred out there. So, all right. King Richard, you had a big week, man. You had a big 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Anvil.
Yeah, let's talk about that thing that you're doing.
Okay, well, I'm going to shill the site, and then I'm going to shill Anvil. Iron Age Media, there's always prompts. We're going to be doing voting for the March submissions next week. We'll always have new stuff going up there about all the different exciting projects that people are putting out.
Mm-hmm.
So, check the site, see what's going on, stay up to date. You can also follow me on Twitter. And the big news is Anvil, Iron Age Magazine, issue number 1. It is fully funded and hit several stretch goals now. We're cruising right along, over 250 backers with almost 300 issues sold. So we are moving and grooving on that.
Aw, thank you, Queen.
But it's been great. And if you don't know about Anvil, I encourage you to go check out the link that I dropped for the Indiegogo page. There's a brief trailer. I updated the campaign content today with a couple of images from the various arts pieces for each short story.
So
you can
good.
get a little bit more of an idea of what's going on there. Although these are, of course, partials. So we're going to want to kind of have a reveal whenever it ships out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
I'm going to be doing and I'm also going to get my YouTube real quick here. But I'm going to be probably having an update video about the campaign. And I also need to do a bit of the
I will say this: I'm excited
Go ahead.
for the summertime, because here in a few weeks, Sunday night bowling will be over, so I might actually be able to like jump in your chat on Sunday nights and say hello.
Oh yeah, I do live streams on Sunday nights where I paint.
I am
and
so looking forward to
chat.
that.
Do you see how I do you see how I did that, Richard?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to being done with catechism class, because then I can hop in the Sunday coffees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm always working that time on Sunday, so it's like I swing by for long enough to chat a bit and say hello, and then I inevitably
Usually
where
you
I'm
run
working
in,
and then I
call me
forget to look
gay,
at
and then
chat.
you're like, oh, I gotta leave, everybody. Royce, you're gay. I'm like, what? Thanks, Richard.
I didn't. I was just. I always call you, number 1 Iron Age booty daddy. So.
Oh yeah. That's
Yes.
Yeah, you're starting the hashtag too.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
it's
exactly.
literally a hashtag. Hashtag.
Yeah, I mean, it
oh,
makes
yeah.
sense. It works, I think. So.
I don't.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's everything that's going on. I think if you don't know where else to find me, you can always shout at me on Twitter.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. No,
IronAge.media.
that's
Mhm.
yeah. I shout at them in my Gilded, which you guys can also do that too. And Richard also has a Gilded as well.
He does.
Yeah, I'll post the link in Royce's Gilded. So
Yeah,
you got to
can post
go.
that in my Gilded. So yeah.
Yeah, you got to go through the first gate.
I have become Richard's people, so you need to talk to Richard's people, and we'll set up a meeting. And
Yeah, I'm part of the Iron Age Guild, and it just I spend more time on Royce's talking with everybody.
Well, yours is a lot more active on
I
kind of the general banter.
mine
tends to
for
be
the
more
last
link oriented.
mine for the last like 2-3 months has been insane. Like it is almost, I think it gets about 2 hours of break a day, and that I'm not even screwing with you guys. That is between like 2 in the morning and like 4 in the morning. That's the only like 2 hours of the day that Gilded is not moving. My Gilded is almost 24/7 conversation at this point.
Yeah,
it is,
it's-
and that's
you can't
just
keep up
the
with
tap room. That's just the tap room discussion. That's not even all the other side rooms that we have.
I know, it's
Awesome.
crazy. At certain points in the day, my workstation is like a machine gun.
Oh, I know. Oh God, I love our.
I just hear
Why did you-
updating different channels.
Maji-chan, why are you sorry? Why is Maji-chan saying sorry? Maji-chan, why are you what? Maji-chan,
Whatever
Yes,
you're
me.
sorry for, we forgive you.
Yeah,
don't
you're
be
all
sorry.
good.
Don't be sorry, Maji-chan. What are you sorry for? Never apologize. Never. Especially to me. That's the anti of what you should do. So, oh, gentlemen, I think we did it. I think we
Yes.
did it, ladies and gentlemen.
We made it to the end.
We did. We made it to the end. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here on Iron Age Nights. Awesome. Oh, dude, if
Yes.
we are not blocked on Twitter tomorrow by Jay, we've totally got to try to get him back. He was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I'm
have like a
telling you,
million more.
open link for him. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Later,
Night.
Grim. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Sundays though, because then I can talk without being drunk.
Yeah, we like to do that sometimes. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh man, good night everybody. Good night Rumble. Thank you guys so much for being on Rumble, guys. We had like the most amount of viewers collectively between like Rumble and YouTube, even
That
just
is
on
so
YouTube.
awesome.
New
Oh
record.
yeah, 83 likes on YouTube right now. Absolutely insane.
Fantastic.
So 13 over on the Rumble. It's been absolutely nuts. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Have a good night, Raven Dad Gaming. Good night. Or good afternoon, Michael Harris. Have a good one, man. Geeko
Hi, Michael.
I stealth in and heart a bunch of stuff, then flee because it's always the dead of night. Yeah, RH Snow, right? Good night,
Yeah.
everybody. But I know, Herman. I know. That's the shtick. You just,
Hey, I got to do it on Rumble the other night. I was so proud of myself.
I know. I saw that.
Like, yay, Mike's still on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here on Iron Age Nights. And we will see you all next time. Cheers, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.